nice to see you. It's like a breath in the middle of the clouds.
Non, bah non. Merci. C'est une histoire de famille, hein, l'orchestre qui est là et qui s'appelle la Lois Band, dans lequel il y a
band is a family story, the Alice band, Alain, Didier and
Ça vient de leur
Vincent.
grand-père. J'ai pas tout à fait compris pourquoi, parce que en fait le grand-père
The idea
n'était pas
comes
vraiment
from their
musicien, mais pour
grandfather.
autant tous les
I
trois
did not really
font de
understand
la
why.
musique. Et
The
bien sûr,
grandfather
les
was not
autres
really
avec,
a
mais ils sont pas de la même famille.
musician, but
Alors,
all three of them
pour la
do music,
24e
even
édition
though they're not from the same
du Grand
family.
Prix
I
d'horlogerie
would like to
de
welcome you
Genève.
to this, the
En
24th
répétant,
edition
je dois
of
dire,
the
j'ai vu des
Geneva,
merveilles.
the Grand Prix de l'Horlogerie
Je
de
suis pas
Genève.
forcément une
I must say,
passionnée de
I've
montres,
seen
mais
marvels. I'm
aujourd'hui, je
not
le suis
necessarily
devenue
a
à cause
watch
de vous.
enthusiast, but
J'ai
thanks to
vraiment,
you, I have become one.
c'est la célébration du, on appelle ça du 12e art.
It's the
Alors, je vais
celebration
appeler
of the
Raymond
12th
Loretan, président de la Fondation
art.
du Grand Prix,
I would now like to call upon Mr.
pour
Raymond
venir nous en
Loretan,
parler.
the president
Le
of the
voilà qui arrive.
Grand Prix Foundation, to come and address you. Here he is.
24e édition parce que
It's the
c'est la
24th
24e.
edition.
Il y en a eu
Well,
24, ça fait 24 ans.
because it is the 24th year that the GPHG has been in existence. Thank you, Carol, Madam State Councillor, Minister of Economic Affairs of the Republican Canton of Geneva, Madam Mayor of Geneva, who originally comes from La Chaux-de-Fonds, which is, it's important to know that in this theatre. Mr. President of the jury, ladies and gentlemen,
around the world,
members of the Academy around the world, dear members of the GPHG family, welcome to this, the 24th edition of the Grand Prix de l'Horlogerie de Genève, and welcome to all of you who are following the ceremony live and on social media.
J'ai pas salué
Carol Bouquet, I forgot to greet someone. Oh, you can make up for it later, says Mr. Loretan. Now it's our privilege to welcome as our mistress of ceremony an a genuine icon of the seventh art, a symbol of elegance and talent. Carole Bouquet. Thank you. Thank you, Carole, for having accepted our invitation and for highlighting our passion for timepieces. It really is a passion because watchmaking, as you in this theatre will know, is much more than just an industry. It's an art which weaves time and together with eternity, an art which has gone down in history, and its achievements have been recognized by UNESCO as the intangible heritage of humanity since 2020. But the GPHG is not just a prize, because we aspire and work to raise watchmaking to the 12th art. And our Mistress of Ceremony from the 7th art will assist us in achieving our ambition. I've learned that you've been making watches since the 16th century, thanks to Calvin, because he did not want gold jewelry. So what could one do to embellish oneself with an object without using jewelry? Well, wear a watch. Mr. Loreton, that's exactly what we're doing this evening. We are awarding exceptional contemporary pieces, but above all, we are celebrating a visionary industry and craft, a culture, a living culture which combines know-how, creativity, innovation, and an infinite quest for beauty and perfection, while remaining true, as you've just said, to its centuries-old tradition.
As you will hear later tonight. And I'd like now to say a few words of thanks, firstly to our nearly 1,000 academicians around the world, our members of the jury and their chairman, Nick. Nick, thank you. For carrying out your important mission in complete independence. Notre reconnaissance va bien sûr à la ville et au canton de Genève.
Gratitude goes to the city and canton of Geneva for the unfailing loyalty, to our main sponsor, SVP Swiss Alps, and to our precious friends and partners. A particular thank you to the GPHG team and its talented General Director, CEO, Karine Maillard, whose vision and passion make this event possible. Dear friends from GPHG, dear friends of members of our family, we are very grateful to all the artisans, watchmakers, creators, entrepreneurs, and actors in the watchmaking profession who are meeting here this evening. I declare open this 24th prize award ceremony for the GPHG 2024 open.
Alors, 90 montres ont été présélectionnées par les
90 watches have been shortlisted by the 900 members of the Academy in 15 categories. We are going to award 21 prizes this evening. The watches in the competition have been around the world. They've been to Hong Kong, Ho Chi Minh City, Ho Chi Minh Ville, New York, and Geneva. Take a look at this film.
Comme vous le voyez, la passion pour l'horlogerie.
As you can see, the passion for watchmaking has no borders. This evening's winners will be exhibited in Bucharest. Now, the first category concerns the challenge prize.
Seconde française. Christopher Ward London, C1 Moon Phase. Forlan Marie Disco Verde. Colloquium Project 01. Otsuka Lotech numéro 6. Space One Tellurium.
Manifestement, vous êtes tous là.
This prize is awarded to watch with a retail price of less than 3,000 francs. To announce the prizes, I would like to call on Mrs. Nathalie Mariolini and Mr. Raoul Pages to join us on the stage. Mrs. Mariolini is curator from La Chaux de Fonds. What an honor. We are the first married couple to have the honor of being able to award a prize at the GPHG. Last time this happened to me was in Cannes. His wife was kissing him and he was very embarrassed. And I just presented a prize. The president of the jury got up and kissed me. Well, I'm not asking you to do that. You don't seem to be shy. Maybe you're a bit shyer than your wife.
Je pense que c'est peut-être la raison pour laquelle on nous a proposé de
that's maybe
remettre le prix
why
de la catégorie challenge.
We received the proposal to award the challenge prize. Why is it a challenge to be married to me?
En tant qu'horloger, je suis plutôt naturellement attiré par les complications.
Well, as I'm a watchmaker, I'm naturally attracted by complications. We'll have to sort that out at home. The name of the winner of the challenge prize is contained in this envelope.
The Challenge Watch Prize 2024 goes to Otsuka Lotech for the watch number 6. Congratulations!
J'appelle sur scène Monsieur Jiro Katayama, fondateur de Otsuka Lotech.
Pour cette catégorie des montres à moins de 3 000 francs, le jury a primé ce gain de temps, présentant un affichage original à
For this category of watches at less than 3,000 francs, the jury awarded the prize to this watch, as it features an original double retrograde display showing the time, as would an instrument on an old dashboard, a fine tribute to the pioneers of steam engines, submarines, and other time-bound vehicles.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am really glad to receive this award. About 20 years ago, I was a product designer. At that time, I happened to buy a used table machine tool on impulse. I think it was my desire to make something by hand. To practice using the machine, I made the case, dial, and hands of a wristwatch that I had in a drawer. Looking back, that was the beginning. I was soon attracted by the world of watchmaking and started making watches at my home in Otsuka, Tokyo. It was difficult to meet all the superstars here, so I watched you through YouTube and Google. At that time, I was working alone. But now I have the support of many teammates. This number 6 is the 6th watch I have made, and I want to keep making various watches. When I'm here, I feel like I'm in a dream. Thank you very much.
You're not in a dream. That's real life. You have it. Nous allons remettre maintenant le prix de la Petite Aiguille qui consacre une montre de moins de 10 000 francs. Vous allez voir
going to award the
les montres
prix de la Petite
vont
Aiguille.
défiler. C'est 6 montres en compétition.
You're going to see a film. It's awarded to a watch with a retail price of between 3,000 and 8,000 Swiss.
Frédéric Constant, Slimline Moon Phase Date, Manufacture Seconds. Fourlan Marie, Perpetual One. Kudoke 3 Salmon. Tudor, Black Bay 58 GMT.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur, merci
To announce
à
the
Monsieur
winner,
Tim Stracke de monter
I
les
would like to
marches.
ask Mr.
Il est
Tim
le
Stracker
fondateur
to climb the
de
steps.
Chrono.
He is the founder of Polo.
Eh bien, vous étiez là. Montez les marches, de les descendre.
Oh, you were there already. You just had to come down the steps, not go up them.
Guten Abend, alle zusammen.
Good evening,
This
everybody.
award is, by the way, a lot heavier than I thought. I'm glad I didn't have to present the big one. Yeah,
we
a
know
big
that's impossible.
thank you to Nick and Karine and their teams for organizing such a professional jury process. Every voice was heard, every opinion considered, so very fair process. And the winner is of the Prix de la Petite Aiguille, the Kudoki number 3 in Salmon. Congratulations.
Alors, j'appelle sur scène Eve et Stéphane Kudoke, fondateurs de la marque éponyme. À monter
Let's
sur
go.
scène.
Eve and Stefan Kudeke to come onto the stage. Made by German manufacturer, the 3 salmon by Kudeke features a sector display with 3 different hands that announce the hour and the minutes, dancing one after the other. The hands display a portion of time before they disappear in the salmon-colored dial, a perfectly arranged act. So, are you also married?
Pas du tout, not yet.
No.
D'accord.
No, not yet.
Je demande parce que
Well, I thought it's better to ask.
c'est merveilleux de voir votre émotion.
It's great to see your emotion.
Ja,
Vous voyez, ça coupe la parole.
It's taken your words away.
einen wunderschönen guten Abend. So, you know, I'm a
Good evening,
watchmaker and I have to say sorry, I'm a watchmaker and not a speaker, but I try it. 5 years ago, we received our first golden hand for our Kudoke 2. Much has happened in these 5 years. Many watch collectors have deserved us, and we would like to say thank you and for their trust and for the support.
And also our team has grown a lot. We have built a new home for our manufacturer. And we would like to say thank you to our fantastic team. And we are so happy that some of you even can be here tonight to share this special moment with us. Our thanks also go to the GPHG Foundation. Every year, this event brings watch enthusiasts of the whole world together, and it offers also to us watchmakers and manufacturers a great platform that many of us wouldn't have otherwise. So thank you.
Yeah. Winning today with our Kudoke 3 proves that our first golden hand was not only luck. It shows that creativity can be successful, and we would like to say thank you to the jury and Academy members for this wonderful award. Thank you very much.
Dankeschön.
Faites voir le poids de cette main.
Let me feel the weight of this hand.
On m'a remis des taureaux d'or à
quite heavy.
Liège. C'est des prix qui pèsent 3 kilos. J'en ai eu 3.
In
Je peux
Liège,
faire
I
des
was
exercices, c'est impossible à emmener.
awarded
Je ne sais
with,
pas comment les ramener. Mais là, c'est possible.
with
Mais quand même.
awards that weighed several
Maintenant, nous allons
kilos.
remettre le prix de la montre sport.
We're
Vous
now
allez voir
going
les
to
films.
present the
WC
sport
Schaffhausen, montre d'aviateur
Watch Prize.
chronographe, performance 41, Formula One. Ming, 3709, Bluefin. Parmigiani Fleurier, Tonda Sport chronographe. Singer Reimagined, Dive Track. Tudor, Cycling Edition. Zenith, Defy Extreme Diver.
Dans le cinéma, on est beaucoup moins enthousiaste que vous quand on est cité. Chacun ne
In
crie pas
films,
bravo, merci. Alors, pour
people,
annoncer le vainqueur, M. Curtis
much less
McDowell,
enthusiastic than you.
et
To announce the winner,
champion
I would like to call on Curtis McDowell, who is a fencing champion, to come and present the prize. Curtis McDowell.
Ah, ça faisait longtemps que vous n'avez pas entendu.
We hadn't heard you for a long time.
That is the heaviest trophy. It is my pleasure and honor to present the Grand Prix de la Montre Sport.
Je regarde sa montre.
Thank you.
Just looking at your watch.
And this one is really sealed.
Oui, parce que ce sont des secrets.
And the winner
Yeah, because
goes to Ming for the 3709 Bluefin.
J'invite sur scène Monsieur Ming, fondateur et directeur créatif de Ming.
I would like to call on the founder and creative director of Ming to come onto the stage. Here's the Bluefin from the Ming Maison, an original watch with a minimalist style that celebrates blue in all its hues: steel blue, turquoise, sea blue, the whole spirit of the open sea in a diving watch that becomes even more radiant when its display gleams.
Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
If you're happy, yes.
I'm lost for words. I mean, it's the second time this has happened. I just have to say a big thank you to the ladies and gentlemen of the Academy and the GPHG Foundation, and of course the jury for giving us this wonderful award. A huge thanks also goes out to our customers, our partners, and of course the team back at Ming, without whom all of this would be possible. I mean, I think I can only echo all of the other people here and say it's always a bit of a surprise when one of these things comes, and it's a realization of a dream for all of us, where we started out on the other side of the, I guess the other side of the counter, so to speak, the watchmaking bench, and through a little bit of stubbornness, through a little bit of perseverance, and through quite a lot of hard work and a lot of luck, it's an honor to be here once again today. So thank you very much, everybody. And in the competition that we've been put up against, I'm extremely surprised and happy to have this. Thank you.
Bravo. So I can go diving with your watch. Great. Congratulations. Maintenant, le prix de la montre chronographe.
We have the prize for the chronograph watch. We're going to have a look at a clip which will show you the 6 watches.
Louis Vuitton et Recep Recepi, chronographe à sonnerie. Masséna Lab, chronographe monopoussoir, Sylvain Pinault et Masséna Lab. Parmigiani Fleurier, torique chronographe rattrapante. Tag Heuer, Monaco Split Sequence chronographe. Zenith, Chronomaster original triple calendar.
J'adore ces petits cris. Pour annoncer le vainqueur, Madame Christina
Now,
Kitsos,
I'm
maire
going
de
to
Genève.
invite
S'il vous plaît.
Madame Christina Kitsos, Mayor of Geneva, to announce the winners.
Mesdames, Messieurs, c'est un grand
Ladies and
plaisir
gentlemen,
pour moi d'être
it's a
parmi vous
privilege
ce
for me
soir
to be
et
with
de
you
vous apporter
this
les
evening,
salutations
and I
cordiales
bring you the
des
cordial
autorités de la ville de Genève
salutations
pour
of the
remettre
authorities of the
un
city of
horloger
Geneva
ou une horlogère de
to
talent le prix de la montre
award a
Chronograph
prize
2024.
for the 2024
Partenaire de
Chronograph
longue
watch
date de
to
ce
a
concours,
watchmaker.
la ville de Genève se
Partners,
félicite
the
d'être
city
associée
of
à cet
Geneva
événement
is extremely
qui
pleased to be
célèbre
associated with this
l'innovation,
event,
la
which celebrates
créativité et le
innovation
Grand
and
Prix
creativity,
d'horlogerie de Genève.
the
En tant que
GPHG.
maire de la ville de
As
Genève,
mayor of
native
the
de la
city of
Chaux-de-Fonds,
Geneva,
cela a
and I
été
come from
rappelé,
Chaux-de-Fonds,
je
which
mesure
was
doublement
mentioned,
ce que
I
l'horlogerie a
take the
apporté à
measure
notre
in a
pays, à
double
notre
way
vie
of what
et son importance
watchmaking
centrale
has brought
dans
to our
notre
city
identité.
and its core
Grâce à des
importance in our
générations de
identity.
créatrices et
Thanks to
créateurs de talent,
generations
dont
of
les modèles ont
talent
suscité
creators
l'admiration
whose
à
models
l'échelle
have
internationale,
led to
notre
admiration
région
on the
bénéficie
international
d'une
scale.
large
Our
aura
region has
internationale
an
dans
international
le monde de
aura, which is
l'horlogerie.
very broad in the
Notre
world of
savoir-faire
watchmaking.
et
Our
notre capacité
know-how,
d'innovation
our
sont
ability to
remarquables.
innovate are indeed
Alors que nos
remarkable.
habitudes évoluent, que
Now,
notre rapport au
customs
temps se
change,
modifie
our
et que
relationship
les
with time
avancées
changes, and
technologiques semblaient menacer ce
technology
savoir-faire historique.
marches
Cette
on and
audacieux
seems to
de
threaten
création
this
présentée
know-how. The
ce soir
fantastic creations that
lance
we have this
ouvertement
evening
un défi
show
à ces
and
prédictions. De telles
challenge
œuvres
these
d'art,
predictions.
de
These
tels
works of art,
objets de prestige
these
impressionnent
prestigious
beaucoup de
objects
passionnés et
impress
d'amateurs
many
avisés et sont de
knowledgeable
véritables motifs
people
de
and are
fierté, y
reasons for
compris
pride
pour les autorités genevoises.
and also
La
reasons for
capacité
pride
de
for
nos
the
horlogères et
authorities of
horlogers à
Geneva,
innover
the
et à
capacities
proposer
of
des
our
modèles
watchmakers to
toujours plus
innovate and to
complexes et plus surprenants
come
est
up
bien
with
important.
surprising
Je me
and
réjouis
more and
de
more
continuer à
complicated
admirer
watches
l'éventail de
is absolutely
créations dont
fantastic.
nous
I'm
sommes
happy
les
to see
témoins
this
et je
broad
félicite toutes les
selection
participantes, tous les
of watches, and I
participants pour
congratulate
leur
all of
capacité à
the
se renouveler
participants
et à
for
nous surprendre.
their abilities
Il est
to
temps maintenant de découvrir
renew their
personnes
technology
couronnées
and
ce
to
soir
surprise us. And
dans
it
la
is now
catégorie
time
des
to
montres
have
chronographes.
the people who have been
Et le prix
nominated
de la
for the
montre Chronograph
Chronograph
2024
watch.
du
And the
Grand Prix
prize
de l'horlogerie de
for the
Genève
grand
est
prize
décerné à
goes
Masséna
to
Lab.
Masséna Lab.
Pour la montre Chronograph monopoussoir Sylvain Pinault, Masséna Lab.
Masséna Lab, single push button. Sylvain Pinault and Masséna Lab. The collaboration between Sylvain Pinault and Masséna Lab has been very fruitful because it consecrates this piece, which is a single push button watch prize for the chronograph watch. The watchmaker, the best watchmaker in France, has honored this complication by making the mechanism visible, the chronograph mechanism. The small column wheel is positioned at 6 o'clock to send out its marching orders to all components.
Mais quelquefois, les femmes sont très bavardes, vous savez.
Well, sometimes women have a lot to say.
tous.
Good evening, everyone.
Je remercie le jury.
My thanks first to the jury.
L'Académie.
My thanks
Je
to the
remercie- nous
Academy.
remercions,
We thank the
la
correction.
Fondation.
We thank the foundation.
C'est assez spécial pour nous.
This is something which is very special for us, especially because of the conditions. This was a collaboration. The last collaboration we had with an independent watchmaker was an American. It was Harry Winston. It wasn't me. That was in 2003. And this is something that is extremely important for us because for me the Opus 3 is one of the most mythical watches. This is awarded praise, and so we are following in the steps of the Opus 3. And I'm not a watchmaker, and I cannot call myself a designer either. I am a collector. I think it's the first time that you award a prize to a collector, an enthusiast, a watch geek. 24 years, and I'm honored. I'm extremely proud of this. Sylvain and I would like to thank our teams. Alex, that's for you too. We'd like to thank our customers, clients, because we're nothing without them. Our thanks also go to the subcontractors who have helped us enormously on this project. And I would like to thank my wife, who lives in the middle of my books, of my watches, of my clocks, and reminds me every day that the only thing that gives us the right time at home is the microwave oven. And finally, I'd like to thank Sylvain, who is a watchmaker in the noblest sense of the term, and who has produced a fantastic timepiece with a complication that I like very much. It's my favorite one. It's a very rare one. He does it with a soul. He makes his watches with a soul. Thank you.
Bonsoir tout le monde.
Good evening. Well, I think William has said a lot already, but let me say thank you very much. It's an honor, a privilege to receive this prize. This is the timepiece that actually marked the beginning of my career. I started working on this chronometer all alone in a corner. Well, why did you do this? Well, I had to do something. Well, not bad, not bad. Big success. So I did this, and and this is the result. And William appreciated my chronometer, maybe not all of the details of it, but I like the fact that we were able to collaborate together. We worked a lot on the design together, on the dial. Everything changed, in fact, and I think that we produced something that you liked. So my thanks to the team, to our co-workers who support us and who are always motivated, and especially the collectors who support us and who help us to live, such as the man who is on your right. Yes, a collector. The first watch that I made was for William. Thank you very much, and a good evening to everyone. Thank you.
Maintenant, le prix de la montre
And
iconique.
now the prize for the iconic watch.
Breitling Navitimer B12 Chronograph Cosmonaute. Hublot Classic Fusion Yellow Gold. IWC Schaffhausen Grande montre d'aviateur 43 tourbillon Marcus Buller. Louis Vuitton Tambour. Piaget Polo 79. Urwerk 102 Reloaded.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur,
And now
Mark
to
Dewson
announce the winner,
est un
Mark
designer.
Dewson, who's a designer. Please come forward.
Grand designer. Good evening. Bonsoir.
Good evening, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here, and it's an absolute honor to have been chosen to be part of this incredible jury. What a prize that I'm about to give. A wonderful category and some absolutely incredibly iconic products. A lot of personal favorites for myself. The iconic watch prize 2024 goes to Piaget for the Piaget Polo 79.
C'est Monsieur Benjamin Comard, CEO, et Madame Stéphanie Sébrière.
Les 30
Benjamin and Stephanie The 30 members of the jury have paid a tribute to a timepiece which has marked the history of watchmaking. Launched in 1979, the Piaget Polo surprised the market when it was launched, and then it marked an entire generation because of its non-conformity and its freedom. 45 years later, it's a consecration that we have. Thank you very much. To award the prize of the iconic watch is an honor for us. Work on this Polo watch 45 years after it was created was in fact a challenge. In 2 years, I heard many of you say, well, you should do this and you should do that when you relaunch it. It has to be quartz, it has to be mechanical, it has to be gold, it has to be 35 millimeters, it has to be stainless steel. And Stephanie and I thought about this a good deal, and we have come up with something that I think respects the spirit that Piaget wanted to give to this watch, because it's a piece of jewelry and it's a watch at the same time. And we're extremely pleased that, first of all, we have the customers who seem to be very pleased with it, but you also, with the congratulations we've received this year and now from the Academy and the jury. My thanks to you all. We're extremely proud of this prize this year for this watch. But I also wanted to thank the Cotofe experts who have worked tirelessly to produce this watch, because the design is actually simple, but as you all know, the simpler things look, the more complicated it is to make them. And we're extremely pleased with the work that the watchmakers have put into this. Now, in this world which is becoming more and more virtual, surreal, unreal, where we talk, everybody seems to be talking about artificial intelligence. We talk about artificial craftsmanship. That's what we talk about. And now I give the floor to Sylvie. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Well, it's an honor for the House to receive this prize, also for Mr. Piaget. It was extremely important for him. It marked the history of the Maison, and I'd like to thank the designer team, development team, who have put so much work into this to give a second life to this watch. As Mr. Piaget would say, it's more than a watch. It's a piece of jewelry. At the same time, it's a watch. Thank you very much. Well, let me move forward and clear things up here a little bit. Now, you know that, well, when I look at the time, I look at the time on my telephone and I check the time, but because of you, I will never do this again. I'm going to wear my watch and I will not look everywhere for my telephone to be able to know what time it is. You just look at your wrist. So we all have our telephones, we look at the time, but that's not right. We shouldn't be doing that. And now, the prize for the ladies' watch.
Arnold Denson, Perpetual Monde 38 Night Tide. Chopard, Alpine Eagle 33. Fabergé, Or Rose Arc-en-Ciel. Hermès, Hermès Cut. Parmigiani Fleurier, Tonda Automatique Diamond Set. Van Cleef Arpels, Lady Jour-Nuit.
Alors moi j'ai ma préférée, mais enfin,
well,
pour annoncer le vainqueur,
I have the one that I like, but I'm going to ask I'm going to ask Victoria Gomeski and Gianfranco Richel to come forward.
Encore.
Well, by the way, Victoria, we have to deliver the prize de la montre féminine ladies watch. What is a ladies watch?
I think if you asked everyone in this room, we'd get 1,000 different answers. But we can all agree that at the very least, it has to be beautiful.
You're absolutely right. So let me announce who is the winner of the Prix de la Montre Femme. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's Van Cleef Arpels with the Lady Jewelry.
On a gagné. J'invite sur scène Monsieur Eric de Roquigny, directeur opérations et métiers de la
Director
maison
of
Van Cleef
Operations
Arpels.
of Van Cleef and Arpels. Could you please come forward, please? This is a marvelous watch which presents a starry sky and a radiant guilloché sun. The Lady Day Night is a tiny theater that changes its set and rhythm to by the poetic ambiances, a parade of poetic ambiances. Well, yeah, they were all beautiful, actually. But this one shows the time, and in addition to showing time, it gives you an indication about whether it's day or night, 24-hour cycle. So my thanks to the jury, my thanks to all of the teams of the Van Cleef & Arpels workshop. It's also an interpretation of a day-night watch that we launched about 12 years ago. And what we tried to do was to have the highest quality possible. The highest quality is something that never stops. I'm talking about technical quality with a movement that was revisited by the Richemont team, more reliable, but quality also in terms of the aesthetic aspect of this watch, with a dial which is different, that has been reworked as well, but an ergonomic quality as well for our customers. And this quest for constant quality means that we have the cycles from day and night, and in our industry, perhaps every 7 years, this is a constant future for us, and that is excellence. And thank you for having recognized and awarded a prize for this quality.
Bravo. Le prix de la montre joaillerie.
The Jewelry Watch Prize. These are the 6 watches shortlisted.
Chopard, montre secret de haute joaillerie Laguna. Damiani, Margarita Dessert Garden, Secret Watch. Dior montre, Grand Soir, Reine des Abeilles. Gucci, G-Timeless Planetarium. Piaget, montre de haute joaillerie Aura.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur, Madame
To announce the
Vivienne
winner,
Becker,
I would like to ask Mrs. Vivienne Becker, a journalist, to come onto the stage, please.
Oui, c'est très traître.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the one and only Nick Fawkes for inviting me on the jury this year. I've loved it. I've learned so much, and I want to thank my fellow jury members for being so patient with me. And I can honestly say that actually now I know what a tourbillon is. So thank you for that. Jewelry is my speciality, and I've watched over the past few years how the corner of watchmaking that is high jewelry has become so thrillingly creative, full of artistry and fantasy, which was showcased to perfection in all the nominations. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure, if I can get this out, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the Jewelry Watch Prize for 2024 goes to Chopard for the Laguna.
Alors j'invite sur scène Madame Caroline Chauffenot, que je connais puisqu'elle est tout le temps aussi au Festival de Cannes, co-présidente de la Maison Chopard.
Film Festival, to receive the prize for Maison Chopard. Time is a well-kept secret in this precious shell. The case opens with a delicate gesture of the hand and reveals the time in a scintillating mix of colors and glow of a pearl, a Baroque staging that combines the finest colored stones with a series of multicolored seashells. That was all it took to set the jury dreaming of distant shores.
Vous appelleriez-vous Caroline? Car c'est Caroline que j'ai appelée. C'est votre sœur.
I asked Caroline to come and receive the prize. She's my sister.
Frédéric.
Carl Frédéric.
Carl
Frédéric, pardon.
Friedrich
Carl Frédéric.
is my first name. Carl Friedrich.
Non, parce que j'ai l'habitude de voir sa sœur tout le temps au Festival de Cannes, pardon.
Well, I'm more accustomed to seeing his sister in Cannes.
Dear members of the Academy and dear members of the Grand Prix, and also ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, il est vrai que je ne devrais pas être ici, ça devrait être
True that I should not really be here. It should have been my sister Caroline. As I said, says Mrs. Bouquet. It's not the first time I've had to replace her to receive a prize. Once again, she is in an aircraft and she apologizes for not being here. It's a tremendous pleasure for me to be here to receive this prize on behalf of the fine watchmaking team, Caroline's team. They have spent more than 1,000 hours, thousands of hours to produce this marvel. You will find more than 100 seashells which have been meticulously assembled and which will make you dream of a lagoon, hence the name Laguna. And you can raise the shell from the center to discover a precious stone. And secondarily, almost, you discover the time. Is time the most important thing in this creation? I would dare to say no. It's a demonstration of our great artisanal know-how, which is a long, goes back, can look back on a long history of family tradition. My grandfather and great-grandfather started working on joaillerie watches even before we took over Chopin in 1963. I would like to thank very much indeed the GPHG for bringing together our industry. Well, I don't really like the word industry, our sector, because here we are driven by emotion, and that is what will have to drive watchmaking for a long time to come.
And thank you very much. And it's great to have you here.
Bonsoir. Le prix maintenant de la complication.
We now move on to the next prize, which is the Ladies' Complication Watch Prize.
Genève, Sakura. Chaumet, Swing. Fabergé, Papillons et Fleurs, édition Jubilé. Louis Vuitton, Tambour Slim Vivienne, Heure sautante Sakura. Trilobé, L'heure exquise secret. Van Cleef Arpels, Lady Arpels, Brise d'été.
Nous ne sommes pas si compliqués que ça.
Well, it's
Pour
not
annoncer le
all that
vainqueur,
complicated to
Monsieur
announce the winner.
Olivier
I would like to ask Mr. Oliver Meindl and Mr. Denis Villa, who are subcontracting consultants, to come onto the stage to present the prize. Where are they? What's the name of this instrument?
Ah oui, d'accord.
It's an enormous instrument.
Je vous en prie, pardon.
The answer was off
Herzlich
mic.
willkommen.
I wish you a warm welcome.
We have been the jury, or I was part of the jury. It was gorgeous because 30 people from all over the world with a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion, and they had to do a tough job to decide who is the winner. Now it gets even more complicated and beautiful.
Je tiens à saluer la créativité des entreprises
I would
présentes
like
les manufactures
to salute
et
the
également, bien entendu,
creativity
la
of
sous-traitance
all
qui
the
a fait des travaux absolument
enterprises
magnifiques sur ces 6 réalisations et bien entendu sur les autres.
and all the
J'ai le
companies
plaisir.
that have done such a great job on the first
Je crois qu'il va y avoir
7
une surprise.
awards. I think there's going to be a surprise, says Carol Bouquet.
J'ai le plaisir d'annoncer le prix de la
It's my present to announce
pour femmes 2024
the
est
Ladies
attribué à
Complication
Van Cleef
Watch
Arpels
Prize for
la montre
2024 is awarded to Van Cleef
Monsieur Eric de Rocquigny.
and Arpels for the Lady Arpels Brise d'été.
Une charmante pièce qui cache
A
un
charming
extraordinaire
piece that
mécanisme
conceals an
dans un
extraordinary
jardin
mechanism in a
Le
bucolic
jury
garden.
a été
The
captivé
jury
par
was
l'animation
captivated by the
encadrant
animation of the
qui, sous
dial,
l'influence du vent,
which,
se met à onduler,
influenced by the
perturbant
wind,
ainsi la
starts
danse
to
du temps et
undulate,
celle des papillons
thereby
qui indiquent l'heure.
disrupting the dance of
travail
time and that of
associant
the butterflies
émaillage,
that indicate
sertissage,
the hour.
peinture et gémologie dans un
Craftsmanship
tableau
that
doré.
combines enameling, gem setting, painting, and gemology in a
Vous
dreamlike
êtes déjà
picture.
monté, non, sur cette scène, il y a pas 5 minutes.
Nous, on aime les femmes.
You were on the stage only
Ouais,
5
mais
minutes
bon,
ago, weren't you?
Pour femmes,
Ah, because we love
pour
ladies.
femmes. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? C'est qu'on essaye de trouver une
What does
façon
this mean? Well, it's because we are trying to find a
d'évoquer le temps.
poetic,
Là, c'est
enchanting
deux
way
papillons
of
qui, de façon
showing the
complètement
time.
mystérieuse,
Here we
se
have
donnent l'objectif de
a couple
montrer le
of
temps l'un après
papillons
l'autre. Donc,
of
l'un
a
fait de 8
butterfly,
heures de midi
which
à minuit et l'autre de minuit à midi.
which
de façon individuelle.
share the
Pendant
time
qu'ils montrent
display,
le
one
temps,
from 6 to 12
il y a
and the other from 12 to
des fleurs
6.
qui bougent de façon
While they're showing
mystérieuse.
the time, some
C'est le
flowers move
résultat d'un
mysteriously.
travail
It's the result
de 3
of
ans de développement
3
des
years of
horlogers
development
sur
work
la complication
by
poétique,
watchmakers
quelque part un peu
on
la
poetic
mécanique d'art.
creation. There was
Le
also
challenge
some
ici,
work
c'est
on
comment
art
arriver à faire
mechanics. The
bouger
challenge here
des fleurs avec une
is
toute
how
petite
to
tige
get
et garder le poids.
flowers to with a very
Challenge avec le
small
poids de la
stem
mécanique
to
d'art.
move.
Et
And there's the
des
challenge
métiers
of the
d'art
weight
avec
as
notre
well,
atelier
and also the
d'image,
art
de
crafts
gravure,
with our enamel
beaucoup de
and
créativité
engraving
et
workshops.
d'innovation
A lot of
sont présentes
creativity and innovation
sur
are
les
present
fleurs, sur le cadran.
in the
Cette
flowers
alliance
on the
de la
dial.
mécanique
And
et
this
de l'art
alliance of
et
mechanical
le
engineering
résultat
and
est le
art
fruit au
is
quotidien
the
au sein de
result
l'atelier.
of
Et je viens
our
remercier, je suis très
day-to-day
fier pour
work
eux,
done in
et
our
très fier d'être
workshop.
l'ambassadeur
I'm
de
very
cette équipe.
proud of our workshop workers and of our team this evening.
Alors, maintenant, c'est le prix de la montre métier d'art, justement.
We now move on to the next prize, which is the
Anderson
Métier
Genève,
d'Art
chasse sautante
Watch
orange et
Prize.
noir. Chopard, Luc Quattro Spirit, 25 Year of the Dragon. Hermès, Arceau Chorus Stellarum. Louis Vuitton, Escale Cabinet of Wonders Snake's Jungle. Piaget, montre maille éclatante. Van Cleef Arpels, Lady Arpels, Jour enchanté.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur, Monsieur Alberto Cavalli, directeur de la Fondation Michelangelo,
To
et
announce the
Madame
winner,
Ernestina Ma,
I would like to call on Mr. Alberto Cavalli and Mrs. Ernestina Ma, a trainer, to come and announce the winner.
All the distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the industry practitioner and also the watch lovers, first of all, I want to deliver the greatest gratitude to the GPHG Foundation, who has invited me all the way from China and to touch and feel each and every nominated watches, and also to listen to the opinion, share mine as well, and also to vote my opinion, vote for my opinion, also to witness the whole interesting and impartial process.
Bravo.
Grazie.
Votre robe est
Buonasera.
magnifique, mais pardon. Et pourquoi c'est
Est-ce
pas
qu'il y
moi
a
qui...
quelqu'un qui peut prendre une photo, s'il vous plaît?
Could someone take a photograph of
Je
us
suis
three,
un petit peu
please?
jalouse.
Well, I'm rather jealous of what you're wearing there
No,
on your lapel.
merci e grazie mille a tutti, è una serata magnifica
Thank
e
you, grazie mille.
ce petit moment pour moi restera inoubliable. Donc je suis entouré par des icônes.
This moment will
Avec
be
ce prix, on met à
unforgettable
l'honneur
for me.
les métiers d'art au
This
court milieu
prize
des métiers d'art,
honors
c'est-à-dire
the métier d'art, the men and women who every day, with talent and competency in their manufactures, create with their passion and talent and with their amazing ability to create emotions in our heart, to make our heart beat harder. So all their work is aimed at improving people's humanities enjoyment. You really do speak like an Italian, says Carol Bouquet.
The most exciting part and one of the most favorite award, the Artistic Crafts Prize for 2024 edition goes to Van Cleef & Arpels for the watches of the Lady Arpels Enchanté.
Revenez donc sur scène. Où êtes-vous? Ah ben, vous étiez pas sortis.
So you'll have to come back onto the stage again. Oh, you didn't even leave. Well, we're not going to spend the whole evening with you, I hope. At the center of the dial, a charming fairy celebrates dawn and the start of the day by casting spells on the first rays of the morning light. You have to see the dew on the transparent leaves to understand the feat of having integrated a stone in the middle of a transparent enamel. Apart from the beauty of the piece, the jury awarded the diversity of the art crafts involved in an original creation of the Van Cleef & Arpels Maison.
C'est plus la peine d'aller vous rasseoir dans le public, restez là dans les coulisses parce que.
Well, there's no point in going to sit down in the audience. You could stay here. Well, I was really not expecting this.
Là, je voudrais remercier l'équipe des
I would like to
ateliers
thank the
d'art. C'est un atelier
team
d'émail,
of the
c'est un atelier d'émail,
art
gravure.
workshop.
Un atelier de 30 personnes.
Initially, it was an art workshop.
Quinzaine de
Now
tailleurs,
it's
3 gravures, 2 décals,
also enameling.
concepteurs.
This involves designers and transfer
Par exemple, à plus de
workers.
400 composants juste
There are
pour
more
faire
than
les calendriers.
400 components in this piece just for the dial.
Je pense
Many,
dans
many
cet
months of
atelier,
work.
avec 14 émailleurs, on a 10
With
ans
this
d'ancienneté en
workshop,
moyenne.
with 14
On a créé des
enamelers,
statuts,
they have
des niveaux de compétences,
lengths of
émail
service
1,
of
2,
about
3 et
10 years
4.
on average.
Ce sont des niveaux,
They have
ça va
very
depuis 15
high
jours, et même
competency
3D.
levels up to
Et plus ça
4.
va, plus on invente des nouvelles technologies. Ce midi, j'avais la chance
We're now using
de
more and more
faire
new
passer
technology.
et célébrer Cyrielle et Coralie qui passaient de émail 2 à émail 3 dans 2 semaines. Agathe et Isabelle passeront d'émail 3 à 4.
Agathe and Isabel will be going up
Chacune
from grade 3
innove,
to grade
chacune
4 in a
développe,
couple of weeks.
chacune réalise ensuite.
Each one is innovating and they make specimens in several pieces. We have customers.
Ça veut dire quoi?
What does level 3 and 4 mean? Well, it's a level of complexity is the answer. An enormous amount of know-how is required in enameling, not just individual techniques, but the ability of a team to pass on their skills. We have an engraving and an enameling team. In this workshop, we innovate a lot. We have a number of patents which we've taken out on this watch. The ability to have a set and closed enamel. Now, of these 30 people who've been with us for a number of years, 12 years ago, Dominique Barou managed this workshop, and he resigned and subsequently died. And in this resignation letter, he referred to the fact that these crafts are dying out, tending to die out, and that's why it's extremely important for workers in this field to pass on their skills to other workers in upcoming generations.
Alors, le prix Time Only. Fait que donner l'heure.
And now the time only prize.
Bernard Lederer, 3 times certified observatory chronometer. Chopard, Luc, qualité Fleurier. Chapek, goutte d'eau. H. Moser et compagnie, Streamliner Small Sequence Blue Enamel. Parmi Jenny Fleurier, Tonda Microrotor No Date.
J'invite sur scène Monsieur Édouard
I'd like to
Ménan,
call Mr.
CIO et propriétaire de la
Edouard
maison
Ménancion, owner
Moser.
of the Moser Maison.
Serge Maillard, Europastar.
Pardon?
Serge Maillard.
Parlons le vainqueur.
On s'est un peu emmêlé les pinceaux, je pense.
Well, we've mixed things up a little bit, unfortunately. Well, I'm the one who did that. Did you win something? No problem. Well, we're going to stop this, put an end to this suspense. I was thinking, well, it's not possible, but in fact, it is possible. Yes, this is called improvisation. Time is money. We have to carry out. But I am not Edouard Ménon. I'm Serge Maillard. Time only is a very important category. Time only, this is something which is the essence of watchmaking that is receiving a prize. If you ask someone who is not an expert to draw a watch, it will be a time-only watch that that person will draw. It's a category that was added this year, but I think that it has excellent prospects for the future. Without further ado, well, I'm afraid I insisted a little bit. Yes, maybe there may be a surprise, last-minute surprise. Now, is the winner in the room or behind the stage?
Watch prize 2024 goes to H. Moser and Company.
Alors, cette fois-ci, j'invite sur scène Monsieur Édouard Ménan.
I'd like to ask Mr. Edouard Ménon to come forward, CEO and owner of the Maison. For this new prize, it is an unencumbered watchmaking that is stressed because there's no complication that should appear on the watch. The jury has awarded the streamliner with its dial, which is enamel, which has great fire, deep blue, and one can see through transparency the structural grain pattern. In spite of this very contemporary aesthetic, this creation respects very closely the sobriety. Well, I wanted to begin by thanking the jury, the Academy, for this selection. There are so many beautiful pieces in this category, so it was not easy. This sums up the vision that we have for Moser, to have a bridge between traditional watchmaking, which I know, I was born, but at the same time, to make a bridge and connect this to modern pieces by working on the various fine watchmaking, for example. I think it's an excellent example, and I hope that one day it will be in the iconic category, and that we, Moser, we don't make cheeses. This prize, I think, goes to my entire family, everyone who is watching this, my brother, who is still working with me, but unfortunately is in Dubai today, was supposed to be here on the stage with me. I also like to thank the teams in Schaffhausen, and to the teams who have been working for 12 years to make Moser an excellent brand. It's continuing extremely well. I'm going to switch to English now.
Without whom it wouldn't be possible. They supported us. They brought a lot of ideas. They also were patient when it was difficult for us. So thank you very much for all of this. I'd like also to thank the media. When all we had was creativity and a strange sense of humor, you were there to support us, and really appreciate that. All our partners around the world. We had a big seminar last week. Many of you were there with us. We had a lot of fun. It's great that you supported us also over the years, pushing the brand forward, giving us visibility. But it wouldn't be possible without the Moser lovers, the big community we have around the world. You guys are fun. You guys are crazy. You guys are the best. I'm really looking forward to celebrating this award with all of you around the world. Bonne soirée.
Bravo et pardon.
Bravo and thank you.
Marc, je vais les connaître tous l'année prochaine si je reviens. Il n'y a plus d'erreur.
If I come back, I will make no mistakes. And now we're going to look at the prize for men's watch.
Garrick S3 MK2. Grand Seiko, remontage manuel, high bit 36 000. Hajime Asaoka, Tsunami Art Déco. Parmigiani Fleurier, Toric Petite Seconde Platinum. Voutilainen KV20i inversé.
Alors, moi, je le sais, mais cette fois-ci, je ne vous le dirai pas.
I know something, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to ask Madame Chabinouri to step forward to announce the winner.
Bonsoir à tous. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good
What a
evening.
pleasure to be here, back here, and this time from this side of the scene. So thank you very much. I'm very honored to be part of the jury. Thank you, Nick and Karine, for giving me this opportunity. It was an amazing experience. And of course, when you leave it from this side, you never know really what's happening. So it was a good experience. And I'm indeed very honored and pleased to award the men's watch category. In fact, we were thinking we could have renamed this category Voutilainen Recep, because basically the last 6 years they've been battling and dominating this category. So congrats to them. Thank you, Wei, for the data, by the way. So this year, le prix de la montre homme 2024.
The prize for the men's watch 2024.
Again, Voutilainen for the watch KV220E.
S'il vous plaît, Monsieur Kari Voutilainen, propriétaire et
Please,
horloger de la maison.
sir, owner of the maison,
Voutilainen reçoit le prix de la montre
Mr.
homme pour une
Voutilainen.
pièce célébrant la belle mécanique. Tous les composants sont
The
présentés.
prize
comme à
has
l'arrière,
been received then for this men's watch for a piece which celebrates fine mechanics. All of the components here at the front and at the back with details and finish which is exceptional. This is something that that carries forward the controlled power and the obsessional side. Thank you. I'd like to thank the jury and the Academy for having selected our new caliber watch nominated for this category of men's watch. We're extremely proud of our timepiece that we were able to produce this watch. And my thanks go to my team, my workshop, my co-workers, collaborators for the support and the work that they have done in the workshop. And I would sincerely like to thank our customers who are, in fact, our best ambassadors.
Without them, we wouldn't be here today. And it's a really pleasure to meet our customers and to share the passion what we have together. And thank you very much. And I'm very, very pleased about this prize. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
And I wish you a nice evening.
Bravo.
Bravo. And now we have the prize for the men's complication watch.
Artia Purity Central Tourbillon Blue. Birn Mecca. Chopard Luc Strike One. De Béthune Kind of Grande Complication. Frank Muller Long Island Evolution Master Jumper. Kazuo Maeda Heure universelle.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur, Helmut Krott, expert en montres de collection.
Helmut, expert, Mr. Philippe Feverelli.
Merci. Ça, c'était
Thank
New
you.
York, New York, non?
That was excellent. That was New York, New York, I think, that tune.
Je vous en prie.
Please go ahead.
Bonsoir à tous, et surtout merci d'aimer les montres.
Good evening, and thank you for loving watches.
Guten Abend. Bonsoir à tous et à toutes.
Good evening to one and all. I am extremely pleased. It's a privilege that we have been selected to present the men's watch, because 10 years ago, I received the prize for the men's watch, but now it's the men's complication watch, and that's different because my philosophy is keep it stupid and simple. But I'll make an exception this evening. When I started becoming interested in watches, the complications were a chronograph, for example, perpetual calendar, but now there are so many complications that sometimes I don't understand what's going on, but I admire the watchmakers who are able to do this, even though I don't understand exactly what they're doing. Please go ahead. Thank you. Now, the complication for men, because it seems that men are as complicated. The prize goes to de Bethune for DB kind of grand complication. De Bethune. This is Pierre-Jacques. Step forward, please. This is a spectacular timepiece which puts together a perpetual calendar with a spherical moon on the one side and a high-frequency tourbillon on the other side with a reversible titanium case. And to complicate things, the DB kind of adds a jumping second to the mechanism of this tourbillon in order to have absolute precision and accuracy. Now, absolute accuracy, you mean? I'll tell you a little more in a few seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Carol, because I don't think anybody has actually welcomed Carol Bouquet. Well, thank you. Now, I feel that I need to put on a watch. It's these darn telephones. And I think that with Carol, well, we have really come out on top. Thank you. Right, it's an honor for me, a tremendous honor for me to come for this prize, this de Bethune, and it's an honor especially that I would like to pass on to all of our teams, to our watchmakers, but also to Denis Flageolet, who, as usual, has gone back up to his mountain. He was here a few hours ago, but he is not here anymore. He took a train to go back to Saint Croix. Now, what else can I say? This is a men's complication. It's not only one complication. In fact, there are 7 complications on this watch. It's a piece which, to sum up, brings together all of the know-how of our house, of our maison, all of the complications. And it has a tourbillon, alternate 5 hertz tourbillon that weighs 0.18 grams. It is made up of 64 components, titanium and silicon, and it's 0.18 grams only. It's as light as a feather, in fact. There's a perpetual calendar, and there's a jumping second hand. There's a spherical lunar phase, and we also display the hour, the time on the 2 faces of the watch. What else can I tell you? There's also a power reserve, and there's another complication, which is perhaps not the most important one, but there are 7 in all. You can tell me later what it is, that 7th one. Okay. Thank you. Again, it's a fantastic honor and privilege. Thanks once again. And I didn't think I would be surprised in this way this evening. So I'm extremely happy. I'm sorry I didn't leave you enough time as I did earlier for the winner. Bravo.
Vous avez des fans. Bien sûr. Ah, vous en avez vraiment, hein? Alors maintenant, le prix de la montre, calendrier et astronomie.
We now move on to the calendar and astronomy prize.
Frédéric Constant, Slimline Perpetual Calendar, Peter's Peak. H. Moser et compagnie, Endeavour, Chinese Calendar. IWC Schaffhausen, Portuguese Eternal Calendar. Laurent Ferrier, Classic Moon Silver. Parmigiani Fleurier, Tonda Hijri Perpetual Calendar.
J'ai l'impression que vous travaillez tous ensemble.
I
Pour
have the
annoncer
impression
le
that you're all
vainqueur,
working together.
Max Bernardini, collectionneur et détaillant.
Max Bernardini,
Ah,
would you
voilà.
kindly come onto the stage? He is a collector and a retailer. Would you please come onto the stage to announce the winner? Good evening.
What a fantastic and incredible privilege we all have in loving and understanding watches. As a curator and collector of vintage watches, I must say this was the most mesmerizing experience. I want to thank the legendary Nick Folks, my fellow jurors, and of course, the foundation of the Grand Prix de l'Horologerie de Genève. Without further ado, for the category the esoteric category. Calendrier et astronomie, vente 24.
The calendar and
The
astronomy
prize goes
watch prize 2024
with its
goes to
classic moon silver to Laurent Perrier.
Monsieur Laurent Ferrier, fondateur de la maison du même nom.
Laurent Ferrier, founder of the Maison
Le jury récompense cette montre de
the
Laurent
same
Ferrier qui
name.
synthétise l'élégance classique
The
et la
jury
sobriété
awarded
des
this
belles œuvres.
Laurent Ferrier
Le
watch
cadran
that
réussit le
epitomizes
tour de
classical
force
elegance
d'associer
and
un
the
double guichet
soberness
en
of
C
fine
avec
pieces.
trente et un
The
analogique
dial pulls off the feat
à
of
un
combining a
affichage de
hollow
phases lunaires.
double display
Mais le
with an
plus
analog date
essentiel
and a
est que
moon
cette
phase
œuvre est un
display.
calendrier
But the key
annuel
feature is that this piece is an
nécessitant un
annual
seul
calendar
réglage
that
par
needs
an
only
de la
one
date.
setting of the date per year.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
L'horlogerie, quelle aventure. Et
What
il y a
an
15
adventure
ans,
watchmaking is.
quand on a eu
15
l'occasion de
years
faire
ago,
notre première pièce avec mon
when
fils Christian
we made
et
our
l'aide de
first piece with my
Michel
son,
Navas et Enrico
Christian,
Barbasini,
with the
pour la
help of
fabrique du temps.
Michel Navas
Merci
and Mr. Barbasini from
on s'est
La
donné
Fabrique
une
du
règle,
Temps,
et
Louis
la règle est
Vuitton.
assez simple, c'est
We
de
set
dire,
ourselves one rule,
dans 50 ou dans 100 ans,
and that rule
si
was to
un
say
bon
that in
horloger
50
démonte
years
une de nos
or
pièces,
100 years'
dise
time,
tout
if a good
simplement,
watchmaker
c'est
should
bien fait.
disassemble
Sans
one
en
of our
rajouter,
pieces,
mais
he
de
should just
faire
say to
une
himself,
pièce
it was well done,
du
without
début
adding
jusqu'à la
anything.
fin dans la meilleure qualité
So
possible,
we try
de
to
faire ce qui se faisait il y a bien des
to
années
work with the
en
best
arrière, où
possible
les horlogers
quality
prenaient
from
le temps
A to
de
B,
faire les choses
A
comme
to Z, as watchmakers used
Maintenant,
to do
évidemment, je
in
remercie tout le monde,
the
les
old days.
organisateurs du
I
Grand
would like to
Prix,
thank everyone, the organizers of the
les membres de
GPHG,
l'Académie,
the members
le
of the
jury,
Academy,
son président
the
Nick Fuchs,
jury, and its
nos
president,
horlogers,
Nick
évidemment,
Fuchs, our
nos
watchmakers,
clients,
obviously, as
bien
well,
sûr.
our customers, too.
Je vous remercie infiniment.
I would like to thank you all very much indeed. It's
Merci.
a great pleasure for me. Thank you.
Bonsoir. Alors maintenant, le prix de la montre Tourbillon.
We now move on to the Tourbillon Watch Prize.
Chopard, Luc 1860 Flying Tourbillon. Daniel Roth, Tourbillon Souscription. H. Moser et compagnie, Streamliner Tourbillon Skeleton. Rémi Couls, Tourbillon Atelier. Sartori Billard, SB06 La Nuit. Voutilainen, Tourbillon, 20e anniversaire.
Pour annoncer le vainqueur, Monsieur Paul Miquel, journaliste, et Monsieur Ali Moudara, détaillant.
To announce the winner, I would ask Paul Miquel, a journalist, and Ali Moudara, a retailer, to come onto the stage to announce the winner. This is the tourbillon of life, is it not?
It's an honor and privilege to be part of the jury representing my tiny but mighty country of Bahrain. And Paul.
Je prends la main pour remercier ici Nick Fulks et Karine Mayer.
Nick Fulks and Karine Mayer for their fantastic welcome for these jury days, which were very hectic. It's quite reassuring to meet with 30 people to talk about a watch and the texture of the dial and the power of the movement. And when you talk about these things with 30 other people, you realize that you're not the only person who has a one-track mind.
Without further ado, oh, this is, as Curtis said, it's quite tough. The Tourbillon Watch Prize of 2024 goes to Daniel Roth for the watch Tourbillon's feature.
J'appelle sur scène Monsieur Jean Arnaud, directeur de l'horlogerie Louis Vuitton.
Jean Arnaud
Le jury a
from
plébiscité
Louis
ce
Vuitton to come
tourbillon au
onto the
dessin si
stage.
particulier. Imaginez il y a plus de 30 ans.
The
La montre
jury
fait la part belle au
was
tourbillon
won
en
over by this
décalant
tourbillon
l'affichage de
with
l'heure
a
au
so
sommet du
special
cadran.
design. Devised
Très
more than 30
original
years
et
ago, the watch
identitaire,
gives pride
la
of place
façon
to
d'illustrer
the
les
tourbillon by
secondes
moving
en
the
3
time
secteurs
display to
distincts
the
sur
top
un
of the
cadran
dial.
guilloché
Very original and
permettent
unique.
aujourd'hui
The way of
d'inscrire la collection
illustrating
d'origine
the
dans le
seconds in 3 separate sectors on a guilloche
reste
dial
du jour d'art.
allows the original collection to be
Déjà,
firmly
merci
embedded
beaucoup
in
au
our
membre du
age.
jury pour
Thank you
cette
very much
magnifique
indeed to the members of the
coronation,
jury
j'ai envie de dire. J'ai
for
envie aussi de
this
remercier l'équipe. Je pense
magnificent
que Michel et
award.
Enrico, dont on a parlé
I'd like
tout
to
à
thank
l'heure,
all the
avec
members of our
Laurent
team.
Ferrier, ont
Michel
fortement travaillé à faire en
Rio
sorte que
was mentioned a
tous les
moment ago,
composants de la
worked
montre
very hard
soient
to make sure
travaillés de
that
telle
all
sorte
the
qu'un
components
horloger
of the
puisse la
watch
regarder, l'ouvrir et dire la
are
montre est très bien
worked in
faite.
such a
Donc,
way
je pense
that
que
a
l'éthos est
watchmaker
la
in
même
50 years'
aujourd'hui.
time could
Et
open it and say it was
je
well
voudrais
done.
juste passer un tout petit peu plus de temps sur
Just like to
Daniel Roth lui-même,
spend
parce que bon, il n'a
a
pas pu
few
venir ce soir
minutes
malheureusement,
talking about
et je
Daniel
pense qu'on
Roth
ne parle
himself.
pas
He
assez de
was
lui dans
unable
l'horlogerie de
to
manière
be
générale.
here this evening.
C'est l'un
I
des
don't think people
horlogers
talk
qui
about him
a
enough in
démarré, j'ai
watchmaking.
envie de
He's
dire,
one of
le
the
mouvement de
watchmakers who
l'horlogerie indépendante. Peu
started
de
the
monde s'en rappelle,
independent
peu
watch
de monde se
movement.
rappelle de
Few
ces
people
montres de l'époque aussi. Et
remember
avec énormément de
that
courage, il a
or those
décidé de se
watches.
lancer
With a
à
great
faire sa
deal of
propre
courage, he
esthétique, sa
decided
propre
to
montre, et
launch out
aujourd'hui, de ce type
on
qui
his
perdure
own and
encore.
to create his own
Je veux dire
watch,
qu'on
his
a
own
de la chance de
aesthetics,
pouvoir
which
récupérer ce
still with
patrimoine-là,
us
qui
today.
sont très
We are lucky
humbles
to be able
pour essayer de
to
le refaire en utilisant
revive
toutes ces
this
techniques de l'époque.
heritage by
On avait
using all
Michel et
the
Enrico
techniques of
travaillent
the
très
day.
fort pour faire en sorte que
Michel
même
Enrico
la taille
has
du
worked
guillocher soit
very
exactement la
hard
même taille du
to
guillocher
make
qu'il
sure
peut
that the
utiliser,
size of
et
the
on
guillocher
voit que
is
Gary gagne un peu en
same
prix
size
aussi
as the one that he was
avec
able
ce
to
travail grâce à ce cadran. Sans lui, on n'aurait
use,
pas
and
pu faire la montre. Donc,
Karen
vous
also
le faites faire.
appreciated
Merci
it greatly.
beaucoup.
Without
Merci
him,
à
we
tous
would not have
pour
been
la
able to
réception
make
technique aussi.
this watch in the first
C'est
place.
c'est
Thank you very much indeed for the reception you have given this watch, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Toutes ces prix sont exceptionnels. Toutes ces
All
montres
these
sont
prices are
exceptionnelles.
exceptional. All
C'est
these
une qualité de la
watches are
montre,
exceptional.
exception
We will now
mécanique.
move on to the Mechanical
Beauvais
Exception
1822,
Prize.
récital 28 prouesse 1. Bulgarie, Octofinissimo Ultra Kosk. Hermès, Arceau Duc Atelier. MBNF, HM11 Architecte. Piaget, Altiplano Ultimate Concept Tourbillon. Ulysse Nardin, Freak S Nomade.
Alors, pour annoncer le vainqueur, Monsieur Philippe Dufour, horloger, et
To
Monsieur
announce
Marc
the winner, I would like to ask Mr. Philippe Dufour, a watchmaker, and Mr. Marc-André Deschaux, a journalist, to come onto the stage, please. Good evening. We are here to celebrate watchmaking. So for those of you who know the song, I have to say, Viva Watchmaking. My colleague is an exceptional man. He will open the envelope. The Mechanical Exception Prize. Is that the right envelope? Yes.
Mechanical Exception Watch Prize 2024. Beauvais for the watch recital 28 hours.
J'appelle Monsieur Pascal Raffi, président de la maison Beauvais.
I would call on Mr. Pascal Raffi, president of the Beauvais Maison to come and receive the prize. Exceptional. This mechanical watch resolves the headache that travelers face. Not only does the recital 28 simultaneously display the time of all the time zones in the world, but in addition it manages the different changes from summertime to wintertime and back, depending on the regions. The perpetual calendar is displayed in the form of a roller and a flying tourbillon. This is a world first celebrated by a unanimous jury. Are you mad?
Mesdames et messieurs, avant toute chose, mesdames
Ladies and gentlemen,
qui représentez les
before
autorités,
all else,
bonsoir. Président Loretan, très chère Madame Maillard,
Mayor of Geneva,
Président Nick Fulks et tous les
President
membres du jury,
Loretan, Nick
à
Fulks,
tous les
President of the
membres de
jury,
l'Académie,
and all the members of the jury, and all the
à
members
toutes
of
les
the
maisons
Academy,
horlogères,
all the watchmaking
exception.
maisons, without exception.
Je vous dis bonsoir, avec beaucoup
I would
d'émotion.
like to say to all of you, good evening, with a great deal of emotion.
Cela fait 2 siècles que le Val de Travers tente de participer à l'expression de la plus belle horlogerie.
For 2 centuries,
Nous
Val de
sommes
Travers has
chanceux
been
dans ce
trying
Val
to
de Travers
participate in the great
représenté par de
story of
magnifiques
watchmaking.
maisons horlogères.
In this valley, we are lucky
Et
to
des
be
artisans
represented by
d'exception.
some fantastic
Cette
watchmaking
exception mécanique
maisons
me
and
touche
some exceptional
beaucoup.
artisans.
Cela fait 2
This,
siècles que la maison Beauvais tente d'unir comme 2 mains qui applaudissent
Beauvais has
un
been
art
trying
décoratif,
for many years
tout en rajoutant à chaque fois que possible
to
une dimension d'exception
add
mécanique.
an exceptional mechanical
Le
dimension
Prowess
to an
One
artistic
représente 744 composants,
watch. The Prowess One
fait à
has
100%
more
dans une
than 700
manufacture
components.
indépendante,
It was
totalement intégrée jusqu'à l'organe réglant,
manufactured in an
et qui
independent
associe aussi
workshop.
un quantième perpétuel totalement squelette,
Has a
10
totally
jours de réserve de marche,
skeletonized
un
power
affichage par
reserve,
rouleau et aussi par aiguille,
10 days,
et naturellement les heures universelles
and
d'une façon
also
tellement fluide,
universal time.
tellement
It does so in such a
intuitive,
fluid and intuitive
que ce
way
fut possible
that
grâce
it
à
was
100 artisans
possible
d'exception
thanks to the work
que
of
sont les
100
artisans de la maison
exceptional
Beauvais, et
artisans.
jamais je
They
les
are the
remercierai
artisans of the
suffisamment.
Maison Beauvais.
C'est
I will
bien
never be
d'avoir
able
des
to
idées,
thank them enough. It's
mais
good to
sans une
have
famille
ideas, but without
étendue
having
d'artisans d'exception,
an extended
sans sa
family of
propre
exceptional
famille
craftspeople,
qui vous
without
soutient,
one's own family, without your own
sans
family
nos
that
fournisseurs
supports
qui
you,
ont été
without our
encore une fois
suppliers who once
exceptionnels. Il y
again
a tellement de
were
traitements de
exceptional.
surface dans ce garde-temps.
There is so much
À
surface
nos
treatment
partenaires autour de
involved
la
in these
planète,
timepieces,
à vous experts,
to our partners all
à nos
around the world,
collectionneurs
to
que
you
nous
experts
aimons,
and collectors
c'est une
whom
question
we
de
love.
partage l'art
It's
horloger. On
I
explique
would
un
say it's a
garde-temps,
matter of
on ne le
sharing
vend pas, on le transmet,
watchmaking.
on écoute. L'art est
You
universel.
explain
L'être humain
a
est tout.
watch
Et dans
piece,
sa
you don't
dimension
just sell
humaine,
it.
quoi de plus beau que
And
l'art,
in
et
its
notamment
human
l'art
dimension,
horloger.
what is
Merci beaucoup.
more beautiful than art, and in particular the art of watchmaking.
Que vous en parlez bien. On ne voit pas le temps passer.
Time is really flying.
Alors, avant de passer aux 5 prix, toutes catégories confondues, voilà le
Before
moment
I
de
go
récompenser
to
la relève
the prize,
avec le
the
prix
next
du
prize,
meilleur
we
jeune
have the
élève.
best young student.
Ce prix récompense l'élève de
This
première année de l'école
prize
d'horlogerie de
is
Genève
for
ayant obtenu
the
les
first
meilleures notes.
year
Pour
student who
annoncer le
has
lauréat,
received
je
the
prie Madame
best
Delphine
grades.
Bachmann, conseillère d'État en charge de
Bachmann,
l'économie, de me
State
rejoindre.
Counselor for Economy, I would ask you to step
Meilleur
forward,
élève.
please. The best student first year.
Vous arrivez partout. Bonsoir, madame. En tant que conseillère d'État, vous ne feriez pas un petit tour en France en ce moment, chargée de l'économie?
be able
Non, je dis ça comme ça parce
to
qu'on
come
a
to
plus
France.
direct.
perhaps,
J'ai
and do
toujours aimé
something
les
about the economy in
challenges,
France.
donc ne me
Well, I
tentez
always
pas.
like challenges. Don't tempt me.
Monsieur le Président, chers représentants des
President,
manufactures, mesdames,
representatives
messieurs,
of
quel
the
plaisir pour moi
maison
d'être là ce soir
manufacturing.
en tant que
It's a
ministre de
pleasure for
l'économie
me
et de
as the
l'emploi
Minister of
du canton de
Economy
Genève. C'est la
and
deuxième fois que je participe à cette
Employment
soirée
of Geneva. This
festive
is the second time
représenter les
that I've
autorités du canton.
participated here
quel
representing the
plaisir.
authorities of the
Parce que
canton.
l'horlogerie,
And
ça a été
this
dit
is a
tout à
tremendous
l'heure,
pleasure
c'est bien
because
plus, une
watchmaking
industrie.
is much more than an
Passion
industry. It was
qui fait
said a moment
pleinement
ago.
partie
It's
de
a passion.
l'ADN de
A
notre
passion
canton.
that is built into the
Et
DNA
comme
of
vous
our
l'avez souligné,
canton,
Genève est le
of our
berceau de
canton.
cette
As you
aventure
said,
extraordinaire
this
qui
is
date
the
d'il y a 400 ans,
birthplace, the crucible,
lorsque Jean Calvin
going back 400
interdit le
years
port de
when
bijoux
Jean Calvin
ostentatoires. Et en fait, il a
prohibited people
involontairement
from
offert
wearing
l'opportunité à notre
jewelry, ostentatious
canton
jewelry. And
de
he offered the
transformer, eh
possibility
bien,
to our
une
canton
contrainte
of
en opportunité.
turning a
Et quoi donc
constraint
de
into
mieux
an
pour
opportunity. And
incarner
what
l'audace et l'esprit
an excellent
d'entreprendre
way
qui
of
caractérise le
being
nom
able to
de
capture
l'horlogerie.
the audacity
Alors aujourd'hui,
which
l'horlogerie, ce n'est pas
captures,
seulement un
which is
secteur
a part of
économique
this.
majeur, c'est
Now,
aussi une
it's
incarnation
also an
de l'excellence et
incarnation
de
of
l'audace.
the
C'est un moteur de notre
excellence
économie
of
qui
Switzerland.
crée
It's
des
a
emplois, mais
driver
c'est
in
aussi
our
un
economy,
ambassadeur
but
de Genève à
creates
travers
jobs,
le
but it's
monde
also
aussi, parce que
an ambassador
chaque
of Geneva
chaque
all over the world,
cadran,
because every
chaque mouvement est
watch,
un
every
ambassadeur de
movement,
notre savoir-faire,
every
de
watch
notre
is
identité,
an ambassador
notre
of our
capacité
know-how, our
à repousser
identity,
les
and our
limites de
ability
l'innovation.
to
Merci donc au président du Grand Prix
go
d'horlogerie de Genève, à
beyond
ses équipes, au jury pour
limits.
leur engagement sans
And our
faille.
thanks for
Parce que
the
grâce à
team,
vous,
for
ce
your
Grand Prix, c'est bien plus
for the
qu'une simple
GPHG.
cérémonie
This
de remise
prize
de prix.
is more than just
C'est
a
une
ceremony
célébration
where
de
prizes are
l'audace,
awarded.
du talent
Rather, it
et de la
celebrates
recherche de la
talent,
perfection.
boldness,
Alors nous
and
aussi,
the
en
quest
tant
for
que pouvoir
perfection.
public,
And
nous avons une
we, as
responsabilité.
public authorities, we have
Encourager
a
les
responsibility.
talents,
Our
soutenir
responsibility is to
l'innovation,
encourage talent,
célébrer
to
celles et ceux
support
qui aujourd'hui
innovation, and to
réinventent
celebrate
l'horlogerie de
those
demain.
who are
C'est donc un
reinventing
honneur
the
aussi pour moi de
watchmaking
remettre
of
ce soir
tomorrow.
le
So
prix
it's a
du meilleur jeune élève
fantastic
de
honor
notre
for me
prestigieuse
to
école
award
d'horlogerie.
this prize to
Cet
the best
élève
student
incarne non
of
seulement
our
l'excellence
watchmaking
technique, mais
school.
aussi l'avenir
This
de
student
notre secteur. Sa
embodies
passion, sa
excellence and
détermination,
the
sa
future.
rigueur sont un exemple pour nous
The
tous. Et je le dis
rigor
haut et fort,
and the work
cet
is
avenir,
an
il est
example
là,
for all of us. I think this
entre les mains
future
de ces jeunes talents.
is here.
C'est
It
grâce à
actually
eux
present.
que
It's here
l'horlogerie
in the hands
continuera
of this young student. It's thanks to
d'éblouir le
these
monde.
students that
D'où
watchmaking will
l'importance de
continue
soutenir
to
des formations
dazzle
qui
the
allient
world.
savoir-faire traditionnel,
And there's the
compétences
traditional
modernes en
know-how,
phase
there are
avec les
modern
besoins du marché. Ces jeunes
modern know-how
professionnels sont prêts à
in
relever le
line with the
défi
market,
et
and
nous
these young
avons
people are
le
ready
devoir
to
de leur offrir
face
les
down
outils
the
pour briller.
challenge, and it is
Alors
our
merci à
duty to
tous
give
pour ce
them the
moment
tools that they need to
exceptionnel.
be able to
Bravo d'ores et
dazzle
déjà à
us.
notre lauréat.
Thank you very
Vous êtes
much.
la promesse d'un avenir brillant
Congratulations. You
pour
are
l'horlogerie et pour Genève.
the
Et
incarnation
avant
of a
d'ouvrir
brilliant
l'enveloppe,
future
je me
for
permets
Geneva.
d'ores et déjà de
And
vous souhaiter une
before I
magnifique
open
soirée
this
festive.
envelope, I'd like
Vive
to wish
Genève
you
et
all
vive
a
l'horlogerie.
fantastic evening. Long live Geneva, long live watchmaking.
Alors, je vais ouvrir l'enveloppe, mais le problème, c'est qu'il
Now
y a
I'm going
tellement
to open the envelope, but the
prédécesseurs qui ont
problem
laissé leur
is
enveloppe. J'ai bien
that
compris qu'il
all
va se
of
casser la
those who
figure.
were here
Non, c'est
before
pas
me
grave, je ferai le ménage
have
en
left
partant. Vous
their
inquiétez pas, je suis polyvalente.
empty envelopes here. So
Alors,
it's not so easy to find the right
le
one.
prix
Now,
du meilleur jeune
the
élève de
best
première
young
année de l'école
student,
d'horlogerie de
first
Genève
year
2024
of the
est
Geneva
attribué
Watchmaking School for
à Evan
2024
Déturche-Renaud.
goes to Evan Déturche
Il
Renaud.
monte sur scène.
Please come forward.
Ivan Déturche,
Ivan Déturche.
meilleur élève. Vous avez
Best
raison, on va nettoyer ça.
student.
Bonsoir Evan, félicitations. Je vous
Congratulations,
remets ça, je vous
Evan.
remets ça.
I
Evan,
am going
il
to
a
hand you
tout
this
juste
prize.
19 ans
Evan is 19
et une
years
moyenne
old
de 5,6.
and has an average of
J'avais hésité avec 5,4, mais c'est
5.6.
bien
I thought it was
5,6.
5.4, but it's
Félicitations,
5.6. Congratulations, Evan.
Bonsoir, mesdames, messieurs.
Good
C'est
evening,
avec beaucoup
ladies and
d'émotion que
gentlemen.
je suis ici ce soir.
I'm extremely
C'est une occasion
pleased
énorme
to
que
be
m'offre le
here,
Grand Prix
and
de
it's a
l'horlogerie de
fantastic
Genève,
opportunity
et je
that
tiens à
the
le remercier pour cela.
GPHG is offering
Cette
me, and I'd
première
like to
année à
thank the
l'école d'horlogerie
GPHG for
a
this.
été
This first
magique,
year
et
in
je dois ça à tous mes
watchmaking school
professeurs.
was magical.
Je remercie
And I
donc
owe
Monsieur
this to
Minot,
all
mon
of the
professeur
teachers,
d'atelier,
Mr. Minot,
qui m'a suivi tout au long de
professor of the
l'année,
workshop, who
ainsi
has
que tous
been
mes autres
following
professeurs de
my work,
théorie,
as well as all
notamment
of the
Monsieur Nouveau, qui est
professors
ici ce
of
soir.
theory, Mr. Nouveau, who is present here tonight. My thanks to him.
Cette première année à l'école
This
d'horlogerie
first year in the
était
watchmaking
incroyable,
school
et ce prix ne fait que
has
renforcer
been
ma
fantastic.
motivation
And this
au sein de
prize
cette
is
formation et de ce
going
magnifique
to
métier.
strengthen my
Merci à tous,
determination
et
in
passez
this
une agréable soirée.
fantastic career. Thank you and have an excellent evening.
Je suis sûre qu'Evan saura trouver du travail.
I'm sure that Evan will be able to find a
Vous
job
avez si jamais des entreprises qui recrutent, n'hésitez pas.
because there are companies that are recruiting.
Je suis curieuse de savoir ce qu'il y a dans sa boîte.
I'm curious. I wonder what is in that
Alors là, nous,
prize. What is in that box?
catégories confondues.
Now we have all categories. We have the prize for the revelation.
Cette fois-ci, il n'y a pas de film.
And
Alors, la
now
révélation horlogère.
the watchmaking revelation.
Deux horlogers, Monsieur Bart
There's
Grunfeld
Mr. Bart
et
Grunfeld
Monsieur Nori
and
Fumi.
Mr. Nori Fumi. Please come forward.
Een hele goede avond aan de hele wereld. Goede avond aan Nederland. En een goede avond aan alle tukkers. I'm very proud to be here. I thank the jury to be this time on the other side of the stage. And I wish everybody a happy evening.
皆さん、こんばんは。Yes. Thank you for giving great love. I'm very honored. Thank you.
J'appelle Monsieur Rémi Couls, normalement horloger.
Mr. Rémi
Indépendant,
Couls,
hein? Mais,
independent watchmaker.
Pardon, c'est un trio?
On va ouvrir encore l'enveloppe.
C'est vous qui allez ouvrir parce que Rémi Couls.
Yes, you're going to open the envelope.
Parce que c'est ce qui est marqué là. Hein?
Well, I'm just reading from the sheet here.
Oui.
Très bien. Et
You are Mark Grunfeld.
C'est qui,
Fine.
Open the envelope. Give it to me.
Ils m'ont fait des fiches où il n'y a pas la vérité.
I have sheets here without names on them, unfortunately.
Alors,
so,
le gagnant.
the winner.
Rémi Couls, Tourbillon Atelier.
Rémi Couls, Tourbillon Workshop.
Ah mais oui, mais c'est parce que mes fiches sont mal faites. Pardon, Rémi.
Ce tourbillon est une vraie révélation pour l'horloger.
This tourbillon is a true revelation for the watchmaker who designed it. It respects tradition in the choice of materials and finish. Rémi Couls has built a timepiece which will stand the test of fashions and time. A beautiful example of the renewal of the French watchmaking industry, which has the hope of a new generation of creators.
C'est pas grave. Alors, tout d'abord, un grand merci,
well, first and foremost,
jury,
my thanks to the jury and the members of the Academy for this prize. It has a very special, it is very special. My thanks for the collectioners who have been following us since the beginning of this adventure and our partners as well. In the brief introduction, I would try to participate in the renewal, the renaissance and tradition of French watchmaking. So my thanks for this prize because it is extremely, crucially important for me. And I just want to tell you a little anecdote. About 6 years ago, I was just sitting here watching this as a spectator, full of hope and full of dreams for this beautiful career. And now, 6 years later, here I am in front of you with this magnificent trophy. My thanks to you for this prize.
Je vais essayer d'arrêter de faire des bourdes.
I'm going to try to stop making mistakes. Now, we have the prize for Audacity. Now, to announce the winner, we have Mr. Quentin, main partner of the GPHG of Geneva.
Entouré d'icônes du cinéma, de maîtres horlogers,
surrounded by icons of the cinema, of watchmakers. I feel very emotional about all this. It's an honor to be with you this evening. Stendhal said, regardless of what you think you might want to do started, because Audacity has power and has magic, and that's what we're very proud of. We're proud to give a prize for the most remarkable watchmakers, where they are perhaps among the greatest ones. They're passionate and they are starting in this fantastic adventure now. What Audacity, when everything is artificial intelligence and the digital world, to have to reinvent oneself for mechanical watchmaking in our region is the cradle. Here, it's been said many times, let's not forget that the GPHG celebrates the international watchmaking, but from all continents, and it surprises and dazzles the entire world, I think. So if it's on your wrist or on somebody else's wrist or on the wrist of a collector or somebody who's passionate about watches, you, like me, this is something which is universal and it's shared with an open heart. The heart, that is our heart, FGP, and we are supporting the GPHG since it started in 2011, and very proud of it, and I think we can applaud for the founder. Indeed, we are passionate of these treasures, which take the form of a fantastic home, for example, or something which is tiny and precious and complex, like men and women, as a timepiece. There's talent, there's work, there's audacity, boldness, passion. So thank you for your patience, for listening to me. It's a great pleasure for me to give the award prize for audacity, which will go today to... You have passed on the passion to me. Well, this is sharing that is very important for all of us. And it goes to Berneron for the Mirage Sienna, co-founder of the brand. Could you step forward, please? Somewhat surrealistic. This piece distorts playfully the idea of circular time. The case, the dial, and the movement undulate and deform themselves in a fluid way. Berneron pushes this concept up to the hands themselves. It looks like something created by Dali. Well, yes, there is perhaps some sort of inspiration behind it from Dali. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The initial first question was to let people to be free. They shouldn't be constrained in a circle. Now, it's much more complicated than that. We're talking about 3 years of work here, a lot of perseverance, I would say. It was extremely difficult. It's a gold watch, asymmetrical from the movement, which gives the shape to the case, and it is so difficult to produce it. At least for me, it was so difficult that we called this Mirage. This project was the Mirage project. It was extremely difficult to carry this off. So that was a complication in and of itself, and I feel very pleased because this is an enormous amount of work that's being celebrated here today. And the Mirage, when you put enough energy into it, others begin to see it as well. So I'd like to thank Mr. Waco, Mr. Nick Fools, who are open enough in their approach to have me talking to you here. My wife as well, who has always helped me and supported me. Yes, in this folly of yours, in this folly. Well, yes, when you are artistic, this is an artistic approach, and I think that as an actress you must know this. It's something which is very heavy, very difficult to pull off. So I think you will agree with me. It imperils, endangers things. Well, all artists know this, whether you're talking about dance or painting. There is the artistic act itself that needs to develop. I'd also like to thank my team for their support and my suppliers because they're very devoted. And it's, I think, you will know, you can understand that these pieces are extremely complicated to manufacture. So it's only people who are extremely passionate and devoted who will accept to do this kind of work. So my thanks to them as well. Finally, the collectors who are even crazier than I am, because there are some collectors, I'd like to mention them, Ao Montanari, Ronnie Madvani, I'm thinking of Bradley Tucker, Fred Mondelbaum, Bicciotto, Nadine Gone. These are people who purchased this watch 2 years ago. It was just a PDF in PDF form, but they gave me the funds so that I could produce this watch. We're a small outfit, small company. Thank you for giving me this time in front of you. And I'm very, I will be happy to be presenting to you what we will be making in the future.
Maintenant, le prix de la chronométrie.
And now we have the prize for chronometry. Mr. Franck Guélène, who's a journalist, will announce the winner.
Ça, si vous êtes tout seul, ça marche pas. T42.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for having me here as part of the jury. It's a great honor to be part of the GPHG. And the GPHG these days is actually more known as the Oscars of watchmaking. That sounds very international. There's also very much international press present here. There's many international contestants, winners. And in that respect, it could be an idea to do it next year in English. Just saying. Now, on to the prize, the Chronometry prize, that has everything to do with actually the very reason why we are here, because what is the purpose of a watch when it's not precise? So I think this is a very important watch prize, and that prize goes to Bernard Lederer for the 3 times certified observatory chronometry.
Bernard Lederer, CEO, Horology. Alors, j'ai
Bernard
appris
Lederer, CEO of the company bearing the same name.
Retenez ce nom, Lederer.
Remember this name, Lederer, because here is the absolute piece that symbolizes the quest for accuracy in watchmaking. By developing the escapement towards more accuracy and reliability, this watch won over the jury because, in addition to the COSC certification, it gained the recognition of 3 other international chronometry laboratories. Superb.
I will start because it will be shorter. J'aimerais bien juste dire qu'il n'y a pas de mots pour décrire ce que je ressens, mais aussi il n'y a
I'd just
pas
like
de
to
mots
say
pour
that I don't have any words to say what I feel, nor do I have words to explain to you what is behind this prize and behind this challenge. This challenge has accompanied you all your life, and it's also been a challenge for me because I've been alongside you. So it was a challenge for me, and it's an honor for me to be next to you. Thank you for not changing your vision. Thank you for being tough with me. Professional terms, of course. I cannot see the other members of our teams, Sandrine, Begonia, Francesca, Rémi, Adrien, and all the other members of our team, Jérôme. Cannot see you because you're in the dark. Thank you for supporting us.
Merci.
I'm sure it's a pleasure for you too, Bernard.
Yeah.
as you could see, I wrote something that I wanted to tell here. I think Eva made it better than me. So it stays for me just to thank everybody here and to remember that we are not celebrating here beautiful watches. We are celebrating here and honoring the art of watchmaking. We are honoring that people live their dreams and that it's this conviction, this belief that makes the difference. And for me, the biggest example is David and Goliath, because David was winning because he believed. So thanks to everybody who believes in independent watchmaking, and let's continue celebrating this art. Thank you.
Well done.
Mon Dieu, oui. Je ramasse l'enveloppe parce que sinon il va y avoir confusion et on va
Pick up
encore
the envelope,
m'accuser.
otherwise we're going to get confused.
Alors,
And I will be blamed.
pardon. Le prix de l'éco-innovation
We
qui
move on now
récompense les
to
efforts menés par les maisons horlogères pour
eco-innovation,
respecter
which
de stricts critères
rewards the efforts
de
made by watchmaking
durabilité.
maisons to
Alors, le prix de
respect strict
l'éco-innovation, pour annoncer le
sustainability
vainqueur,
criteria.
j'appelle Monsieur Wei Ko, journaliste.
I would call on Mr. Wei Ko, a journalist, to announce the winner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the GPHG, of Mr. Nick Faux, Carrie Maillard, Raymond Laureton, we want to thank the 1,480 people in this room because it is your creativity that we're celebrating tonight. But we also understand that the landscape of luxury has evolved and environmentalism and sustainability have become core issues. This is why we created the Eco Innovation Prize. So before I announce the winner, I just want to say a few words about them. This is one of the families that I respect the most. In 2018, they became pioneers in the use of recycled and ethical gold. As of last year, every one of their steel watches is made from recycled steel, and they follow the Kimberley process for their sourcing of stones to ensure they do not take or sell or procure conflict diamonds. They do this not because it is fashionable. They do this not because they want headlines. They do this because it is a display of their ethics. The winner of the Eco Innovation Award is the Chopin LUC Qualité Fleurier, and I speak of the Schäufele family.
Et cette fois-ci, je ne me tromperai pas, Karl Friedrich Schäufele.
This time I will pronounce your name correctly. Karl Friedrich Schäufele.
Le jury récompense les efforts de la Maison Chopin.
The jury has rewarded the efforts of the Maison Chopin for their constant dedication to managing their supply chain responsibly for the precious materials or steels. The production or extraction processes are identified and traceable. Chopin has thus become the first luxury maison to join the Climate Group's Steel Zero initiative. The LUC Qualité Fleurier has been awarded to illustrate this commitment.
It's an evening full of surprises. Indeed, I'm surprised to be here for the second time, and also surprised that you created this prize because it is very close and very to our hearts. I'm speaking about the Schäufele family. I will go back a bit earlier than what you already said, so I won't repeat that. But we go back to the 125th anniversary of Chopin. And at that time, with Caroline, 150th anniversary. I'm making ourselves younger than we actually are. 105th anniversary, 2010. We were preparing this anniversary and we had a very memorable meeting at WWF. And because we wanted to work with them on a collection which we called Animal World. And it was supposed to be a number of animals which were endangered species. And they found this great idea, but they said, what are you doing for the planet? You, Chopin. We said, well, so this really made us think. And we came to the conclusion that it was really around our front door that we had to clean up, and it basically started the process, the journey to what we call sustainable luxury. But I think luxury is really there to be enjoyed when it is sustainable today. What is more sustainable than a mechanical watch? I think there are not many things that are more sustainable because you wind it yourself, it's your energy, and many of these watches are kept for generations. They're not thrown away. And around this watch production and manufacture activities, and of course, the jewelry activities, we thought, what else can we do? And the first thing that came to our mind was the procurement of gold. Where did we buy our gold? And where did this gold come from? And we started a very small project with so-called fair mine gold. We made a few watches and a few pieces of jewelry. And the nice thing about this was that we managed to have bigger entities, also banks, Swiss banks, think about procurement of gold. And yes, in 2018, we were able to introduce 100% ethical gold, which is certified in terms of its procurement and the circuit and so on. And we wanted to go further. Well, the next step was the stainless steel. And we were very happy in 2019 to announce that the Alpine Eagle collection, I'm running out of time. The Alpine Eagle collection, which is a 3-generation project, my son, my father, and myself, was only to be made out of this particular recycled steel, 80% recycled steel. But I think what is the greatest thing about our efforts is that I think a lot of companies have taken it up, because at the end of the day, it's very simple. We only have one planet. And I really hope that with all these changes in this world, there is enough sense in people's head to remember that we only have one planet. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Merci.
Thank you.
Ne repartez pas sans votre prix. Ne repartez pas sans votre prix.
Don't forget your prize.
Vous oubliez votre prix.
You've forgotten your prize, Karl Heinrich.
Alors, un prix particulier qui honore le travail remarquable d'une personne ou d'une institution de
Special prize
l'horlogerie.
which rewards the remarkable work of someone in watchmaking. That is the special jury prize.
Président du jury.
Special jury prize. I would like to call on Nick Fuchs, the president of the jury, to come and announce the winner.
That's everything we have in common, the James Bond.
You see, I haven't brought an envelope with me because I'm so puny that I can't rip them apart. They look to be like a terrible thing. So I'm gonna have to make. And also, you're gonna read the winner now or not?
No.
You sure? I mean, I don't.
I'm not responsible for that. No. Take the time you want.
Okay. Well, let me start at the beginning. Japan has something called Ningen Koku. Anyway, any Japanese speakers, please come and see me afterwards. Tell me how to pronounce it properly. But it translates as living national cultural treasures. Individuals whose contribution to their chosen art or craft has been so significant and whose mastery of their métier is so profound that they are officially honored. A national treasure must practice geographically specific work, respect tradition, and perpetuate skills through transmission to younger generations. By these criteria, were we living in Japan, the man whom we are honoring tonight would most undoubtedly qualify for this honor. Born in Geneva in 1940, his curriculum vitae reads like a directory of the great names of 20th century watchmaking. Rolex, Patek, Longines, Audemars Piguet, Gerald Genta, Frank Muller, and more. think you might have guessed who it is by now. Have you guessed who it is? Okay, not. Okay, I'll carry on. The casemaker's casemaker. He has participated in the creation of some of the most important watches of modern times. He's a living bridge to a vanished age before CNC and CAD. He has seen the watch industry change almost beyond recognition.
I swear, take your time.
Yeah, don't worry, we're carrying on.
No, they won't dare.
Just think, talk amongst yourselves. I've only got a couple of pages to go. I mean, I think I've got more here, actually. Okay, where was I? If I start at the beginning again, actually.
Why not?
We've got all night, after all.
Yes.
Nobody wants to go to the bathroom or eat dinner or anything like that. Where was I? Ah, yes. It's not so far, is it?
No.
But I'll speak very slowly to draw it out.
Yeah, do it. Take your time.
Thank you. That's sweet.
That's what we are.
That's very kind. A generous woman. Okay, and as he, hang on a second. And as he approached his 80s, he thought he would retire to spend more time smoking his pipe and building his boat. But fate had other plans. He was lured back to work by Rexep, a watchmaker young enough to be his grandson. And he shares his skills, his insights with the younger generation. Now his talent is being rediscovered by people who were not even born, whose parents were not even born, who maybe his grandparents were not even born by the time he started his career. Now he's appreciated as the venerable sage of his craft. We're almost there. Not long.
That's okay.
Hang on. The punchline's worth it.
No.
Where was I?
That's not my fault.
Oh, hang on. No. When he banged it. Okay, now he is appreciated as a venerable sage of his craft, visited by awestruck pilgrims who travel across the world just to see this horological Hephaestus at work. It was worth it, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of this year's special jury prize, Jean-Pierre Hagman.
Donc, monsieur Jean-Pierre Hagman, artisan créateur spécialisé dans les boîtiers de montres. Est-il? Voilà.
Specializes in making watch cases.
Still, take all your time. I'm not responsible for that music. Bonsoir. Vous n'avez pas exactement le même rythme.
You don't walk at quite the same speed.
Bonsoir, monsieur, et bravo.
Good evening, sir.
Bien, alors, je suis très surpris de me retrouver ici.
I'm
très
very
content.
surprised to
Et
be
je
standing
remercie
in front of
tous
you this evening.
de venir me
After so many
soutenir.
years, I would like to thank you very much
Sachez
indeed for
que
supporting
j'ai
me.
passé les 40 dernières années à fabriquer
I've spent the last
l'habillage de la montre.
40
Il
years
n'y a pas
making
de montre
watch
sans
cases,
Donc,
watch
c'est un
exteriors.
métier très
There
important
cannot
qui
be
est
a
en train
watch
de
without a
disparaître
case. It's a very important
à cause des
craft
centres d'usinage.
which
Les
is
centres
in the
d'usinage
process of
ont
disappearing
remplacé
because of
les
machining
bijoutiers
centers.
boîtiers. Mais il restera toujours des pièces spéciales à faire, notamment
But
les
of
montres
course,
de
some
poche.
special pieces will
Et
still
je
have to be
suis
made,
l'auteur
in particular pocket
certainement des pièces les plus
watches.
complexes
I am
ces 40
the
dernières
maker
années.
of some of the most
Les
complex
boîtes
pieces
des
that have been
Star
made in the
Calibre
last
2000
40 years, the
de
Star
la
Calibre
manufacture
2000,
Patek Philippe.
made by
26
the
pièces.
Patek Philippe
C'est très
manufacturer.
important.
26
Alors,
pieces.
ces pièces se
It's
trouvent
very
au musée
important.
Patek Philippe, que tout
These
le monde
pieces
peut
can be viewed
découvrir.
because they're on
Mais à part ça, j'ai
display
travaillé,
in the Patek
je
Philippe
pense, pour la
Museum in
plupart
Geneva.
des horlogers, grandes complications de la Suisse.
But I've worked on a
Alors,
number
j'ai
of the
énuméré le
Grand
nombre de clients,
Complications
le
of
nombre de
Switzerland.
clients
Yes, go for it.
qui m'ont fait
Go for it, as you say.
confiance.
I would like to read out the
Alors,
list of the customers who have
oui.
trusted me. Slowly,
Alors, je vais
please,
aller
says
lentement,
Nick
pardon.
Fulks. I will read it
Alors,
out slowly, or maybe twice, 2 or 3
Mon
times.
premier client, c'était Sven Anderson.
My first customer was Sven Andersen,
Audemars Piguet,
Audemars Piguet,
Breitling,
Breitling,
auquel j'ai fabriqué les montres de poche Bentley.
for whom
Chaque
I
acheteur de Bentley
manufactured the
recevait une montre
Bentley
de poche
pocket watches.
avec une grande complication.
Everyone who purchased a
Blancpain,
Bentley received
non pas à sa
one of these
renaissance avec
watches.
l'époque de
Blancpain,
Monsieur Biver. Concorde,
Concorde,
À Bienne, c'est
which is
énormément de pièces
located
pour eux.
in Biel.
Chaque année, j'avais des nouvelles pièces à faire.
Every year I had
Un
new
horloger
pieces to make
hors
for them.
norme, Denis Flageolet.
Denis Flageolet.
Extraordinaire.
Denis Flageolet,
Horloger
extraordinary
et
watchmaker.
modeste.
And
Henri
modest
Bernet Blondeau,
as well.
qui encore à 88
Henri
ans ou 89 ans, est toujours
Bernard
actif.
no,
Paul Gerber, la
was still
région
active at the
zurichoise,
age of
qui fait aussi
89.
des pièces extraordinaires.
Mr. Berner from the
C'est loin d'être fini.
Zurich region.
Oui.
There's still many more
C'est
names.
merveilleux.
So much the better.
Voilà, une grande joaillerie en Allemagne, à Munich, la maison Gebrüder Emmerle.
Gebrüder Hennerle,
Grande joaillerie,
Munich,
extraordinaire.
based in Munich.
Laurent Julien.
Laurent
C'est un
Gelier,
des derniers chainistes. C'est aussi un métier qui
one
se
of the
meurt.
last chain makers. That's
Hublot.
also a craft which is dying out. Hublot,
Frank Muller. Je lui ai fait beaucoup.
Frank Müller,
Patek Philippe.
Patek
J'ai fait
Philippe,
de nombreuses répétitions minutes.
for whom I've made many minute repeaters. The 3974,
Constantin.
amongst others.
J'ai pu
Vacheron
réaliser
Constantin
le coffret observatoire. C'est 5 montres de poche
was able to
avec
do
5 tourbillons
the
différents.
observatory case.
Antoine Précision,
It's
il a
5
aussi pu faire quelques belles
different
pièces.
pocket watches with 5 different
Movadon,
tourbillons.
qui a un
Movadon,
passé prestigieux.
which has a prestigious past.
Sarkar, des pièces joaillerie, des grandes
Sarkar.
pièces joaillerie.
Large-sized
Samani.
jewelry pieces.
Et
Guillaume
un
Samani,
grand collectionneur
And
et ami, Helmut Krott.
great collector and friend, Helmut Krott.
Quelle vie, monsieur. Bravo.
Wow. Oh, oui, magnifique.
Et vous le méritez.
So,
Vous le méritez.
this is the award. Thank you very much
We
indeed.
love
It's rather
Carol
heavy.
in La Maison.
Merveilleux cette passion. Alors avant de remettre le Grand Prix de l'Aiguille
Marvelous.
d'Or, un peu
This
de
passion.
musique. What a wonderful
Shall
world.
we listen to a bit of music before we
Nous allons
present
avoir
the
aussi Tatiana Eva-Marie qui arrive de
Grand
New York,
Prix de
qui
l'Aiguille
va
d'Or?
chanter pour nous ce soir.
And we are going to have a singer, Tatiana, who will be singing for us.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed days and the dark, sacred nights. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I say What a wonderful world.
Merci, Tatiana. Alors,
Thank you
nous
very much,
avons,
Tatiana.
quand même que je vous les présente, au saxophone, il y a les trois frères. Hein?
We have the three brothers. Alain,
Voilà.
the saxophone,
À la
the
guitare,
guitar, Didier.
Non, comment ça? Bah, je suis désolée, hein, Didier Métraillé. Bah oui, pas du tout, c'est pas du tout de la guitare. Regardez ce qui est marqué sur ma...
Sorry if I got the names wrong. I was just reading out what's on the paper because it's drums.
Du trombone.
Vincent, what do you play? The trombone. Trombone. That's not what it says in my text. It says karaoke. Sébastien Gréchut, have I pronounced it correctly? Yes. Thank you.
Trompette. Ça va. Charles Fréchette.
Charles Gréchut.
C'est vous? Ben ça, c'est une guitare.
Also guitar.
Victor Ege.
Victor Ege.
Alors ça, c'est un instrument incroyable, sousaphone, c'est ça?
That's an incredible instrument,
léger?
saxophone.
D'accord.
Not a very light
Tatiana
instrument.
qui chantait.
And Tatiana Eva-Marie, who has just sung for us.
Alors, pour annoncer le vainqueur de l'Aiguille d'Or,
Now, to announce the winner of the Grand Prix de l'Aiguille d'Or,
vainqueur de l'Aiguille d'Or
I
2023.
would like to ask Mrs. Ilaria Resta, the CEO of Audemars Piguet, to come onto the stage to open the envelope and announce the winner.
Buonasera, che gran finale, che emozione.
Good evening, what
Bonsoir,
a great
Carole.
finale.
C'était un énorme privilège
Good
de
evening,
faire
Carol.
partie de la
Good
jury
evening.
cette
It was an
année.
enormous
Mon
privilege
première
to
année
be a
dans
member
l'industrie,
of
une industrie
the
qui
jury.
est
It was my
passionnante,
first year in the
merveilleuse, qui
watchmaking
m'accueillait
industry, which has
comme
been
partie d'une famille.
exciting,
C'est une
marvelous
passion
year.
contagieuse. Merci beaucoup.
It's a really
Merci
contagious
à
passion.
la
Thank you very
Fondation
much.
pour une
Thank you
organisation
also to the
impeccable.
foundation for
Thank
its
you, Nick, for
impeccable
invitation.
organization.
Thank you
you,
to
Nick,
my
for your
colleagues
invitation.
in the jury for sharing their expertise, their passion, and their love for this wonderful industry. And thanks to all the participants for the hard work in many, many years to submit so many amazing masterpieces. J'ai vraiment l'honneur et l'émotion énorme de révéler le vainqueur du Grand Prix de l'horlogerie qu'on a gagné l'année passée avec la montre que je porte au poignet, l'universel. S'il te plaît.
Winner of the Grand Prix de
le code
l'Aiguille d'Or.
1159. Et on a vraiment un grand honneur d'être ici pour passer le témoin à le
Watch that
prochain
I'm wearing on
vainqueur.
my wrist.
Je vais lire.
But I'm now going to open the envelope and read out the name.
Alors, le Grand Prix de l'Aiguille
The
d'Or
Grand Prix de
2024
l'Aiguille d'Or
est attribué
2024
à
has
IWC.
been awarded to IWC Schaffhausen
Voilà, quel succès!
for the Portuguese Eternal Calendar.
Vous êtes un tabac!
Christoph Granger here.
Propulsé au firmament du 12e art, cette IWC porte
This
fièrement le nom
IWC
de
piece has been
Portugaise
propelled
éternelle
into the firmament
et
of the
s'offre
12th art.
l'éternité avec l'aiguille
It
d'or.
proudly bears the
Pour
name
pallier aux
of
irrégularités de notre
Eternal
calendrier,
Portuguese
cette montre
and
tient compte des années
becomes
bissextiles,
eternal by
des
winning the
corrections
Aiguille d'Or.
séculaires
To
et de celles qui doivent être
overcome the
considérées tous les
irregularities
400
of
ans.
our
Elle est
calendar,
ainsi
this watch takes
programmée
into
pour un
account the
cycle
leap
de
years, century corrections, and those that
3999
have
to
to be considered every
À cela
400 years.
s'ajoute
It is
l'affichage
thus
des
programmed
phases
for us
lunaires
for a
avec une
cycle of
précision qui évite de corriger la
3,999
montre pour
years.
une
In addition
prochaine
to this moon
45
phase
millions
display,
d'années.
it's so
Un double
accurate
record du
that
monde
it
pour
is
célébrer
not necessary to
l'interprétation
correct it for the
humaine
next
de l'astronomie.
45,000 million years. A double world record to celebrate the human interpretation of astronomy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm blown away. As you can see, this truly means the world to us. Means the world to me. It's been the longest 2 hours of my life, I can tell you that. Thank you, GPHG. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everyone, for affording us this incredible honor. Thank you, Ilaria, for handing this over. You know, and in a turn of events in a GPHG first, you get to meet the other watchmaker from Schaffhausen tonight. And it's truly, truly, truly exceptional. You know, life writes funny stories occasionally. Last time I was on the stage was with Hans Zimmer back in 2022, when we got to perform Hans Zimmer's live show here at Watches and Wonders. Maybe some of you were in the audience that night. And he also composed the music for the Eternal Calendar, which got played for the first time at Watches and Wonders. And to be back on the stage and receive this award is truly, truly amazing. I cannot put it into words. Thank you so much. Now, you know, we may not be a small studio, we may not be an independent, but I just want to point out to all of you that these awards, they celebrate the art of watchmaking. They celebrate the fact that, like all of you, at the end of the day, we are a small group of very, very passionate people who love this craft, who love to come up with cool ideas and love to get stuff done that has never been done before. And I think it's such a unique thing that in today's age, we can still celebrate things made by the human hand, thought up and really, you know, come up by the human heart and the human mind. You know, it reminds me all these years ago, when I was 6 years old, my dad took me to Ziegeli and If Jewelers in Bern in Switzerland and bought his first mechanical watch, a Patek Philippe Nautilus. You could still go into a shop and buy these things back then. And it instilled a passion in me for something that has never left me ever since. I'm an interior designer, but when I started at IWC in 2006, that calling for watchmaking and really that fascination for what we do, we share all of this, all of us together. So a huge thank you to all of my team. Some of them are here today. You know, when we started 7 years ago in this role, when I started, I said to my team, I don't only want to win awards and prizes for marketing and for cool movies and boutiques. I want to win the award for watchmaking. And tonight it has happened. So thank you. And I mentioned them briefly and incompletely in order of appearance. First of all, Christian Knob, our chief designer, who's here tonight. We've been working together since 2009. You're my great friend, and it's a real honor and pleasure to be working with you every single day. Secondly, Nicolas Lanou and his team, who've worked wonders in product management with the entire team since you started and made this possible tonight. And then the latest joiner who's here tonight, Christoph Hansen, who joined us from Formula One, from Sauber Formula One team, and who's worked absolute miracles in operations over the last year. And my heart goes out to all of you. And finally, the Eternal Calendar is based on the Perpetual Calendar by Kurt Klaus, invented in 1985 when the watch industry was literally on its knees. And Kurt Klaus is not just a legend, but he is with us, you know, still today. He just celebrated his 90th birthday, and he's still in IWC every week. And having him win this as well as a tribute to what he created all those years ago is truly amazing. So as you can tell, I actually can't speak, which hasn't happened before. Thank you so much to all of you. It really is an immense honor. It means the world. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. I should have really eaten that pastrami sandwich, Christian, earlier. It would have been a good idea, and I hope that you can all enjoy the dinner. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Voilà un homme heureux! Voilà un homme heureux! Bravo! Bravo!
Congratulations, well done.
Alors maintenant, j'invite tous les lauréats et les membres du jury à me rejoindre sur scène parce que je me sens un petit peu seule.
I would like to call on all the winners and the jury members to join me on the stage. And where have the members of the orchestra gone?
Alors vous venez avec la
Will
Miss
you
Band,
please come and join me
membres du jury et ceux qui ont gagné, venez
to
sur
the
scène avec
accompaniment
moi.
of our orchestra?
L'Académie et le
Will
jury du
all
Grand
the
Prix,
prize
la ville
winners
et l'État de Genève,
and
merci, nous
members
remercions
of the
RGP Suisse and Alpes.
jury
Et
and
puis
members of
merci
the
à tous les
Academy
partenaires et
join me
amis du
on the
Grand
stage?
Prix.
Thank you to all our partners and sponsors, the names of which you can see on the screen.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies are blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are on the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I say to myself, what a wonderful world.